And we are live. What is up, people? The internet, it is me, Real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful June 16th, 2026. Hello there, Ye. You just joined. Hello.
What?
Yeah, you just joined. Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. I accidentally set the stream an hour later than we're supposed to be because I forgot Georgia had a primary today. So sorry about that, everybody, but we are here now. We are 10 minutes before polls close in the great state of Georgia. And we have
Wait, are runoffs today?
Yeah. You didn't know
the
that?
Fuck, this shit was like a week ago. What are we?
Well, they changed the law after 2020. So, yeah,
Why?
it's the primaries were only like what 2 weeks ago, and we already got the runoffs in Georgia and Alabama, and we have pretty big primaries in Oklahoma. Really, there's only one. The Senate race is kind of a foregone conclusion, but outside of that, there are a lot of big primaries today. This should be a relatively speaking fast night. All these states are not known for being slow at counting votes. Georgia, they've gotten better. Alabama, they tend to be very fast. Oklahoma, even. Now, okay, do they have 2 time zones or no?
No, they
okay,
do not.
Don't have to worry about that horse shit then. So,
because Texas does, but it's only El Paso.
Yeah, El Paso in that Bonner County.
Oklahoma doesn't. I'm pretty sure. Please hold.
Yeah, please hold. All right. As you figure that out, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. All great ways to support the daily content. And if you have any questions or concerns or want to support the channel even further, you know the drill at this point. Send super chats. Again, I will read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. We got a couple super chats to read. Where are we at? There we go. Chance Drazik for 5. Shout out to America First Insight for reposting me on Twitter and then Rap himself shared it. And shout out to Luke for following me. I feel like I'm in the club. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, W's a chat for Chance Drazik. What a patriot.
I would like to remind people that America First Insight has still not followed me back on Twitter.
Wait, they haven't?
I asked you to, and you said no.
Oh, because I wasn't followed by them.
Asshole.
My own group. Well, it's not my own group, but it's like, yeah, I'm not getting followed by them.
Your sponsor doesn't follow me. It's even like, why am I even here?
Yeah.
Why am I putting so much labor into this project?
Yeah. And hello, Poog. Hello there.
Hello. I forgot my headphones, so I.
Damn.
But I can still try talking.
What time is it for you right now?
What?
It is 8 a.m.
Oh, that's right. You're in. Are you?
Is
Japan?
that John Rose?
Oh my God, John is
from
here.
John Roseland.
Rose?
Yeah, John Rose from John Roseland. I am here because uh,
Yeah, why are you here? What is this?
I am here because my workplace has had a technical oopsie, and everybody I work with has been locked out of their systems.
Oh
Uh, s-
no.
so
Anyways.
I might, if I randomly disappear, it's because I got pulled into a meeting. But hey, guys, how's everyone doing?
Hello. Yeah, it should be a quick night tonight anyways. So should not be a long marathon because these are states that count their votes fast. So we'll see, but surely it's a quick night. K Cup for 2. Shout out to JD Vance for dismantling the View today. Yeah, that was hilarious. I was skeptical of the idea, but that was pretty good by Vance. And we'll get to that a bit more because there's a lot going around with Vance. I think it's clear that the last couple days, Vance is gonna be the nominee in 28. I sorry to break it to some people, but he's now doing a media tour. He's getting Trump's blessing. Like, why do you think he's doing this now? Gee, I wonder why. But we'll get to that in a little bit.
Vance was the one who signed the
Yeah,
memorandum
was
of
not
understanding. It
Rubio.
wasn't Trump, it was Vance.
Not even Rubio. It was Vance. So that kind of seals the deal, I think.
Well, I want to point out something. We don't have to talk a bunch about him right now, but I want to point out that JD Vance was most likely, as you guys are saying, the person who pushed for the war to end right now. And what did the White House do in response? Okay, this is your idea to stop everything and
Here you
not,
go.
do power plant and bridge day. You're gonna go all across the circuit. You're gonna go to the View. You're going to go to the retard right on Megyn Kelly's show. You're going to go talk to Fox News. You're going to do 3 different shows on Fox News, and you're going to explain yourself. And he did, and it was masterful. And we need to talk more about it.
Yeah, I think that
Also,
proved that he can be the successor. I know it's early, but he went to the View, he went to Fox News, even freaking Megyn Kelly, and
The
was
View was
able
kind of
to.
crazy.
Yeah,
Oh, there is an insane 2-minute clip that dropped from the Megyn Kelly interview.
I know what you're
that
talking about.
He handles her like a baby. Oh,
He knows
it's
how to
so,
deal with
yeah.
these people. That's the best part. It's
Yes.
like there's only one other person I know that could do that. You know who?
Jeffrey Epstein.
No. President Trump. He's the only one that can actually do what he Vance did today. Seriously.
I'm gonna be honest with you
I
guys.
think
This is my like most.
What?
I'm not really sure if it's that controversial. I think that Vance is a much stronger candidate than Trump, and I think he's going to do
I
Yeah.
agree with you.
so much better in 20. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, people don't. They like to write him off. I would not be surprised if he outperforms Trump 2024.
Here's the thing with Vance. I think Trump always had a higher floor because his base was going to vote for him no matter what. Vance is a much higher ceiling.
Yeah,
I think his ceiling is.
I was talking to
way
John
higher.
Rose about this drunkenly one night. I was not sober, but I think what I said was probably still coherent. Essentially, Vance does not have all of the personal scandals that repulses women that Trump has. All of Trump's allegations, all of Trump's comments he's made, all of his moral failings. I mean, the guy's had 5 kids with 3 wives. It's like all of the politics is so vibes based, and Trump lost a lot of potential voters just by not being a good person. At least in that regard. And Vance does not have that doesn't have those moral failings. He is happily married to one woman. He's raising 4 kids, military experience, like everything about him is good, right? Everything about him personally is very, very good for his image. And I don't see how he doesn't gain voters off of that. He comes across as very likable. He's very articulate. He knows what he's saying and how to say it.
Well, that's why I think
I
that
also
I do believe that Vance has a higher ceiling for that reason. Like Trump, I think always has a higher floor because, like I said, Trump voters are going to vote for Trump no matter what. He could like shoot somebody and they'll vote for him. The question is, do they vote for somebody like Vance? I think they do, but they're going to be there for Trump no matter what happens. Vance, meanwhile, he may not have the same floor, but the sky's the limit for this guy. He has no ceiling. I can really think of, at least I can think top of my head. Like seriously, what's best case scenario for Vance in 28? I know it's early, but
let's be honest. America is too polarized.
Well, yeah,
for him
I'm
to
not
have
saying
any kind of.
I'm not saying Reagan's-esque landslide, but I mean for modern politics, I do think he has kind of a. How do I say
No,
it?
no, there's like I said, the 3 main things the 3 main demographics I'm pulling out urban women that Trump lost, and that created the donut effect we saw in
Yeah.
24. Urban women, Silicon Valley fanatics, and just general intelligentsia. So any of those people, I know they're not a big coalition, but those picket fence little pieces of garbage that railed against Trump for seemingly no reason. We saw pro-life advocates, Second Amendment advocates. We saw all these people that are supposed to be the traditional ride or die Republican voters, and they were going riding up and down the street decrying his name. I think you'll see a lot of those people turn foot for Vance, and I really am encouraged by it. I think you'll as much retardation we've had to deal with in the Trump administration. I think that you're going to see a lot of people fall in line that didn't before.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I do think he has a ceiling that we don't really know right now. That, again, I'm
Yeah,
not saying
and
he's gonna win by Reagan style
a
landslide. That's
lot of
not
the
what I'm saying.
GOP's
But
problems nowadays is it's all optics, and that's all politics is. So Republicans have always had a high ceiling. I've always had a high floor because there is just a large base of Republicans that are going to vote because they want low taxes and because they think that they're guns and this and that. But they've always kind of pushed away these people that they probably should have been winning. And it's always these heavily populated suburbs. You're never gonna win, fucking white libs in Minnesota or whatever. But you did always have this group of people that just they think that Trump is such a bad person that I can't vote for a Republican because of it. And I think Vance puts a lot of that away. His most controversial comments are his childless cat lady's comments from years ago that he's already repeatedly disavowed because even if he doesn't agree, but even if he still 100% still believes it, it's just he knows that it's not popular to say. He knows that it'll just push away voters.
yeah, I agree with that. And by the way, super chat or good lord, not super chats, but polls just closed with Georgia, so we should get results there soon. Speaking of super chats, I got a ton to catch up with. Holy crap. Kyle Hughes for 2. Late American politics. I was early today. Cake up for 2.
No.
I live in northeastern Wisconsin. I just got a Pritz grad. What the fuck? Really? B Dunn has for $1.67. Thank you. Kyle Hughes for 10. Mazzy should win easily, but due to Democrats voting for Drummond, it will force a runoff. Yeah, that's the big race in Oklahoma today, that governor primary. Now, Kevin Hurd will be the Senate primary or the Senate nominee, but the governorship, to be determined. So we'll get to that though. President Gilbert Getty up for 5. America First Insight hasn't followed yay. Lady Cop Yay is about to bust their doors down and say taser, taser, taser. And speaking of America First Insight, Mark, hello.
Mark, if you don't follow me back on Twitter, I'm going to kill you in real life.
Okay. Threat noted. We'll put
When
that
did you
in
join, Mark?
consideration.
Wait, when did you get here?
A couple minutes ago, you were talking about something.
Oh God. Well, welcome to the primary or the stream, good sir. So, yeah, welcome here.
I mean, yeah, welcome to the primary.
Yeah, welcome to the jungle. Jared the American for 5. Need prayer is going through the appeal process for the army, and my recruiter might be getting separated as well. So pray for him as well. He's been good. Yeah, prayers for Jared the American. Count for God for 5. It seems like the pride stuff is very much toned down with corporations, but really the only ones really holding on are professional sport teams. Yeah, I noticed that. Outside of the sports teams, like nobody's doing that shit. And even then, it's only a select few teams going overboard with it. So I don't know. It's weird. Like, why is only like baseball teams doing it? Like, why is it the only
Because baseball
people
has
doing
such
it?
a
Baseball's woke.
base. Okay, I'm sorry. What was the question?
Why are like sports teams the only ones like really do the pride stuff this year? Is there a reason?
What, baseball?
Yeah, like baseball.
I don't know, honestly. It's weird. Like Texas didn't do any of it. I think
Well, yeah,
like
the Rangers don't.
the only ones that did were the Astros,
And well, yeah, but
and the Astros are gay.
literally.
So yeah, no, I don't know. You would think like because baseball has a lot
It's the most
more.
conservative sport.
It's easily the most conservative sport outside of like mixed martial arts. Like the people who watch it, the people who play it. It's a bunch of Hispanics that fled communism, conservative Asians, and white dudes from the South.
Yeah.
Those are the demographics that play baseball. So like, that's no surprise that their pitchers are writing shit on their hats and stuff. They're like, oh yeah, the rainbow is actually about God creating a rainbow over
Yeah, they're trying to suspend them
Earth.
now or something. It's like, really?
They are trying to suspend him.
Really, for a basic Bible verse? It's wild, but you would think with baseball being the most conservative sport, I can't think of one more conservative outside of mixed martial arts, maybe, but even then, like, when you think of UFC and stuff, do you really consider that more conservative or like libertarian when you think about it? So, I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird that baseball of all sports is doing that. President Gilbert getting up for 5. So much for the idea of Vance not running in 2028. Where are those people at? Yeah, Vance not running, guys. Trust the plan. It's gonna be who is it gonna be? Rubio, right? Yeah,
For what? I'm sorry.
No, it's the Massey Tucker.
Yeah,
Carlson ticket. That's
Massey
the real
Carlson.
ticket.
The Gassy Massey ticket.
Oh gosh. American Order for 6. Hey Rap, just watch an interesting and kind of dark video with the disappearance of Nelson Rockefeller's oh good lord, Rockefeller's son, Michael in the 60s. Have the polls close. First part, I have no clue what that's about. Second part, yes, in Georgia. Prince is writer for 5. I'll be in Virginia for the next week. So just gonna share the latest Texas Eternals was Paxton +6. It's why Telrico's done a complete 180. Yeah, that would explain it.
Paxton +6 sounds about right. Although I
Yeah.
can see it getting up to like 9 points at this
I
point.
thought you were gonna say 7. Thank you. American Order for 6. Heard Vance can make an official decision about the about 28 after the midterms. Plus, this also could be made with his wife, given that they have a kid coming. He's running for president.
No, he's running for president.
fucking
I mean,
running.
people. Let's be honest, man. Okay, the last time that a vice president has not even attempted, the last time a vice president has not attempted to get the nomination was George HW's VP, the stupid
No,
motherfucker.
Cheney didn't.
Dan
Cheney didn't
Quayle.
try.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Cheney didn't. Dan.
Right, okay.
Cheney,
To be fair,
There-
though, you can't compare Cheney to Vance.
there's a reason Cheney didn't, and it's because of certain controversies. He also wasn't like a really political person. He was just kind of like a policy guy.
And plus,
If
people
that makes
forget.
any sense.
And plus, Bush was not liked.
Bush was super
So-
unpopular. Cheney was even less popular. So you put all this shit together, right? The last one before that was Dan Quayle because HW lost. Before that,
Dan Quayle.
I mean, literally, like VPs run for the nomination if their president gets term limited. That's how it works.
Biden technically, but that we all know what happened there, like his son died. But and then he ran 4 years later, anyways.
And then I'll
so-
say he still ran. Same thing with Mondale. No, I'm sorry. Help.
Sir. Well,
My
Bush
brain-
obviously ran.
My brain is fleeting. Who was VP under Johnson?
Under Johnson. Oh my gosh. Humphrey, right?
Someone.
Humphrey, and he ran.
Was it Humphrey?
Yes, and then Humphrey.
I'm having a brain fart here.
Yeah,
we
I
have
know
our
you're
we have
talking.
our first count. Fulton dropped first for some reason.
And that's not a good showing for Dooley.
49% reported, 62-37 Dooley.
That is. Hold on.
That's
It's kind of shitty, isn't it?
that's not good for him.
What
Wait,
did
Dooley is only getting 63% in Atlanta.
In Fulton County with
Uh,
49% in.
Mike Collins getting 38%. Okay, it's over.
and what is it for the governor race?
Jackson at 67.
33.
God damn it.
So
Yeah.
no, that makes sense because Ratsberger got a lot of vote there. Jackson.
well, yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Carr, but Jones also improved in Fulton, up 5%. So
Yeah. So freaking.
Trump did endorse Jones.
Yeah, he
I
endorsed
think.
Jones
yes,
and Collins.
Yeah, I haven't been following Georgia politics too closely, so that's why I'm like so.
That's
I'm
why
not
it's like, this is
really
not
there.
a great showing for freaking. I mean, Jackson
Yeah.
kind of, but even then
It-
it's Raffensperger territory.
It looks like Jackson is going to win the nomination, but
It's
it
early.
looks like Collins is
I
the
mean,
Senate.
Jackson should crush it in Fulton and
That's
the
a
Cobb
thing.
because the Raffensperger people are never in a million years going to vote for Jones.
Yeah, not with a Trump endorsement.
Yeah. Let's see here. Careful got for 5. I like Trump, but honestly, can't wait for someone like Vance. Like I said, I like Trump, but he steps on, takes a lot, and makes unforced errors. Well, yeah, that's Trump. Like that's
Trump.
That's Trump.
Vance is going to be so much more effective on policy.
Oh yeah.
I don't think people understand. Vance is people, I don't know why. I might have been one of them. There are a lot of people who said that that Ron DeSantis was Trump without the baggage, and it really was only because of the culture war shit. Vance is actually Trump without the
Yeah.
baggage, and Trump without the baggage, more effective, more articulate, more optically sound, and he's also in the same
Oh, big
vein of
vote
Trump.
dump. Sorry to interrupt you. We got a big vote dump at, oh, this might be a problem for Collins. Oh boy. So Douglas County is suburb Atlanta, 57% for Dooley, but the northern half so far looks to be more friendly for Dooley, but even then, not that big of a margin.
In round one, basically all of Dooley's like over performances came from the Atlanta and the whole like northern part of the county.
Yeah, but
Or
yeah,
the
there's not
state.
the biggest like performances for him, but yeah, the southern part, of course, like I said, that's gonna be that's Buddy Carter's part. So, and yeah, Rick Jackson's gonna win. God damn it! Damn it! We're getting stuck with it. Well, Georgia, good luck with Rick Jackson. Good luck. Good luck with that one. Which is weird because didn't Kemp back Jones? Right?
Yeah, but he did it. He did it like after early voting
Oh.
ended. So it
Shit.
doesn't make that much of a difference at that point.
All right. Where are we at? Good lord. K-Cup for 2. Vance's Trump policy with Reagan-like charisma. I won't go that far just yet. Josh for 5. When you look online, it's all Vance's Palantir owned and never Vance, Tucker's buddy, hysteria. Feels so fake. Well, it is fake. It's all bullshit. Like, all that stuff was never real. And then people are realizing it's all fake. So, President Gilbert Giddy up for 10. Even though Obama voters are now Trump voters, if Trump never entered politics, how would Democrats expect these voters to vote for other Dems? Can't believe we're asking that question for Republicans after Trump. Well, because all these voters only voted for Republicans because of Trump. Can you imagine, like, freaking, oh God, who were the nominee in 2016? Who was it for Trump? Bush?
2016?
Yeah.
Cruz.
Kasich, Cruz.
No, it would have been
either of
Cruz.
Like-
Cruz was always the runner-up. Jeb was low energy Jeb. He never really had a chance.
I guess, but still, he had, like, at the start, and then Trump kind of fucked him over, but
like it was always going to be Cruz because Cruz was the like Latinx Texas conservative. You know, he was like
That's a
what
fair
the
point.
party was going to become.
that's fair.
Like
But yeah,
that's
it's
why
like-
Trump. I mean, that's why Cruz is and people like him are so spiteful. Is because Trump came in and took the party right out of Cruz's hand.
Yeah, that's why he
Uh,
doesn't like him.
Also, so far on some of the other races, Secretary of State Tim Fleming is up 30 points. And for Lieutenant Governor, Greg is up 15 points.
Greg.
Is this the one that has George Washington in it?
No, it has RFK, or JFK, excuse me.
Yeah, it has JFK.
Oh, how is JFK doing?
He's at 42%.
Ah,
That's
Yeah.
the Lieutenant Governor race.
Republicans are the real racists. They won't vote for JFK.
Yeah, it's sad. Robin for 2. Voted for the first time the DC GOP primary. What is there to vote for in DC?
All 5 of you are patriots, dude. Actually,
Yeah.
no, not even that.
There's like 2 of you in a basement.
DC Republicans are the fucking worst.
They have like 2 people in a basement, and they call that a party. So, I have Battlefield for 2. Don't forget hockey. Well, yeah, hockey has a lot of like Eastern Europeans in it, so yeah,
But hockey
but-
also has a lot of like
Canadians.
Tim Walz fucking Midwest libs in it.
Yeah,
It's not like a
Canadians.
super conservative. It's also Canadians.
Yeah.
The fucking
But
Canadians.
if that doesn't with hockey, you have like very conservative Eastern Europeans and then like Tim Walz types.
Why is this breaking?
Carol Fogot for 2. Maybe that's the reason why they go after baseball. I don't know. Charlie Howard for 2. The Carolina Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup. Yeah, I saw that. President Gilbert Giddy up for 10. The Astros are doing a Pride event. Come on, Houston. Everyone knows Dallas is the Pride event. Do my hometown severe injustice. Super chat wouldn't let me say the word. Oh gosh. Simple logic for 2. Vance the most dangerous weapon we have. I agree. Dale for 5. Hey Rap, just voted the Oklahoma primaries. Are you gonna touch on the elections in Oklahoma tonight? Yes, it's only an hour, so we will talk about it. American Nerd for 2. Didn't Quill try to run in 96 and 2000 but failed? I don't actually know. I don't think
Wait,
so.
did Quayle actually run?
He might have, but got like 1% of the votes. K-Cup for 5. Rap, I have a lot of super chats. Reads 1. Yay. Begins long tangent. Super chat piles up. Rap. I have a lot of super chats to read. It's a circle. Yeah. American Nerd for 2. Is Georgia screwed if Jackson becomes the governor? I don't think he's as bad as some people think he is, but he's still not great. And by the way, Mike Collins is taking the lead, so it's over.
He was always in the lead over on AFI.
Oh, of course he was.
America First Insight. Subscribe
Oh,
today.
I gotta pull. Shit, I gotta pull that up.
That's because we don't have Fulton drop yet. That's the only
Yeah,
reason
that's
why.
gee, Mark. Thank you.
But we got
Wow,
other
I
counties
wonder.
they don't have, I think.
Let's see here. Magically don't got the results we need that actually matter. I got pulled up here.
Oh.
What?
First county for the 11th runoff.
Oh yeah, what's who's running the 11th today?
So it's John Cohen versus Rob Adderkison. Yeah, something along those lines. Would prefer that Rob wins, but
Rob. Are you talking about Rob DeSantis?
close enough. Yeah, sure, why not?
Rob. JFK's got his ass kicked right now. Damn it. Yeah, I got the Senate race pulled up. There we go.
If Republicans don't want to support an open-minded candidate.
Yeah. I think he's just a generic state legislator, I think.
Yeah. But the important thing about lieutenant governor in Georgia is, unlike other states, the lieutenant governor is like important, and normally
does it
they are
do?
given the task of like being in charge of
Oh,
a lot of the
Senate
state senate
stuff.
and stuff. Yes.
Yeah, that's how it is in
So-
Texas. Because it's a Reconstruction thing. They
Hmm.
wanted to subvert
Yeah, funny.
certain things, so they made the lieutenant governor basically the Senate majority
Subvert
leader,
what?
but elected.
Subvert what?
It's a very good question.
Yeah.
We'll
Anyways.
never know the answers.
We will never know.
But
Anyways,
yeah, so,
Democrats are the real racists.
Yeah, so like Burt Jones did a bunch of the Kemp agenda by using his powers as state Senate leader essentially to get stuff pushed.
All right. Daniel for 5. If you wanted to know, I voted for Mazie for governor, Shannon for lieutenant governor, and Hearn for senator. W. That's the ticket right there. That's perfect. Dark Helm for 2. Thoughts of Jackson Laymeyer and his scandal. That whole scandal doesn't really.
I
I
didn't
don't
even
know.
hear about it. What, did he cheat on his
It's-
wife?
It's some affair stuff, and it might be fake. I don't know. President
Wow.
Gilbert Getty up for 5. This is why America First Insight doesn't follow you, Rap. You don't use the map. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting about it. I got it pulled up now. So, Mark, do you forgive me?
No, never.
Thank you. So yeah, Mike Collins right now is leading on America First Insight. Freaking happy now.
Yes, this is the truth. All other
he's-
forms of election results are fake.
He's getting like over 60, 70% of the vote in fucking South Georgia. This is very good for Collins right now.
Yeah, because this is Buddy Carter's turf. Let me pull up the primary. Yeah, right here. So Buddy Carter, I still don't get why he ran for the seats.
He wanted to retire, but he wanted to retire in a cool way.
He wanted to go out in third place.
Yeah, third. He did get
Well,
25%.
in his mind, he'd lose the runoff.
He did get 25%. So
He wanted to lose the runoff.
you want to be a patriot. But
He
yeah,
wanted to be
so
a mega patriot.
yeah, Mike Collins is going to. This is why I was saying early on that Mike Collins was going to win. Buddy Carter voters, you think they're going to vote for Derek Dooley? Really? And so far, it's looking like no, they're not. But it is early. You know, I'm still trying to figure out why did Kemp go with Dooley in the first place.
I don't know, because for some reason he refused to run.
Why?
But
Well, I
then
know why, but
He wants to run for president
I
in
know.
2028.
that's the reason. Freaking dumbass. Yes, I'm gonna run for president. I'm the future of the GOP. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? He's gonna get his ass kicked. He is gonna get his ass
Because
kicked.
he's
in
going to run against
28.
Vance. That's the
and
plan.
Cruz.
Cruz is running?
Yeah, Cruz is gonna
Cruz will
fucking
run.
run. Remember the Axios article? He's saying like we need to bring back the free trade conservatism. There is an article where he said that we need free trade conservatism and all like garbage.
Ew.
No, don't you know? Don't you know that we need a free trade conservatism in the year, what, 2028 at that point?
So true, bestie.
Yeah. American Nerd for 2. Let's go Mike Collins and Burt Jones. Yeah, well, the rural parts would be more friendly to Burt Jones, but he looks cooked. It just well, hold on. Fulton 67. Fuck you. Douglas County 66. 60. Oh my gosh. Why is it all close to the funny number? What is this shit? 66, 65, another 6-7 somewhere. God damn it.
Yeah, it kind of looks like basically because I think Chris Carr also backed Rick Jackson.
Oh my gosh, you
I could be
idiots in
wrong.
Georgia. What are you doing?
They want to go with a guy who spent a more $1 billion.
He does have infinite money, so fine, but you're telling me you can't get somebody better than that? Really? But yeah, Brian Kemp is the biggest loser. He's going to be backing both the loser candidates right now. That's what it's looking like. Brian Kemp is the biggest loser on of the night. Yeah, I read that already. Shit. Where are we at? Isn't Trump going to put him on the court? Ted Cruz. He's supposed to, but he's going to run for president. So good luck with that.
I never got the Supreme Court shit with Cruz. Like, what? It just seems random. I get that he's a lawyer, but like,
because he's a true conservative. Yeah, we need true conservatives.
like, how long has it been since someone has been nominated to the court that wasn't like a federal judge or like a circuit judge or a state Supreme Court judge? Like, it's always been someone from the judicial system. It's never been a 3-term, very partisan senator. It just seems odd to me.
Yeah, it's usually a judge, but so it has happened before where it's like this random senator and stuff. But Prince is writing for 5. Cruz, Haley, Kemp, DeSantis, and Ducey are running in 28 against Vance. From what I've heard. Good lord. Good luck with that.
Ducey's he's been out of office. What is he gonna run on?
He's a don't you know? He's the John McCain Republican.
He hasn't been in power in 5 years.
And he fucked over Arizona. Well, almost did. Remember, he picked McSally twice for the Senate seat. Remember that. Yeah. So yeah, not too smart on his end.
Yeah, no, we ran the candidate at the based moderate Republican electable.
Yeah, and she got her ass kicked. Now, to be fair, she did get fucked over in 2018, but and we won't talk about what happened. we won't talk about it.
Learn to count.
Yeah, well, not just that, but they were doing. They literally had like vote centers open a week after election day in downtown Phoenix. So.
Really makes you think.
Yeah, it's like a map of like the most Democrat parts. Like, why are the only Democrat parts getting voting centers at the end of the day? Measers for 10. Just got back home to the great state of Wisconsin early this morning from UFC Freedom 250. Oh, you went there, nice. I only saw what I ran while there. Anything else happened over the weekend? Also, what have we got over today? We talked about Vance. We're looking at the Senate primary in Georgia and the governor primary. But yeah, as for the Iran stuff, I'm still waiting for the actual document. I'm not doing the shit of, oh, you see, an anonymous source, totally not Iran state media, gave this information to us.
That shit was so funny. It was Iranian state media saying that they won and they were going to give, the U.S. was giving them $30 more billion.
No, $300 billion. Not 30 billion, 300 billion. The B. It's like, how can people fall for that? If you actually listen to what they're saying, it's like these are incentive-based things, and it's not even actual money.
You are assuming people are taking in foreign policy by reading stuff.
That's true.
The only thing they read is whatever pops up on their X feed first, and that's their full understanding of foreign policy.
Well, it's like, if you actually listen, and the admin has been clear about this. Yes, there could be 300 billion, but not from taxpayers in America. They're talking about sanction relief. They're talking about frozen assets.
Sanction relief, unfreezing assets, and
the Gulf states.
Qatar, the Gulf states might assist them.
No, invest. Like, basically, the Trump strategy here is he wants to make where Iran is a part of the world economy. So they're actually a functioning society. So they can't do dumb shit anymore, because if they're a part of the global economy, you know what that means? if they fuck around with the global economy, they get fucked around with at the same time. That's what Trump is trying to do here. Again, it's incentive based. We're not just going to say, yeah, Qatar's going to give Iran $300 billion. Like, are you people stupid? Or the UAE? Yeah, I'm sure they're going to give them a lot of money for no reason. Yeah, sure. Anyways, Kelly Hughes for 2. Describe a Collins Jackson voter.
Someone who sees the ads on TV.
Yeah, basically. American Nerd for 2. Earl Warren was the governor of California before SCOTUS. Well, that explains a lot. Measers has been a member for 22 months.
Senator Warren was maybe one of the worst, not senator, excuse me, maybe one of the worst justices we've ever had on the court. Just completely fucked this country.
Yeah, it's not every.
We are only just now fixing what he has fucked up.
It's not even every single thing he did, but it was, yeah.
It was 90% of it.
Yeah.
Think about a problem in this country that is related to racial issues or like discrimination laws or like the government, like how the government is operated.
Because the problem is like,
you can blame him and his court. He has a generation has been fucked.
It wasn't just like the racial stuff. It's like what he was trying, like his court did was create what's the fucking affirmative action. His shit started that crap. His court started that shit.
Yeah. Warren is the reason that when you applied for college in 2022, a black kid with 100 less points on the SAT got put over you.
Yeah.
That is his fault. He directly caused that.
Like, everyone's like, yes, we want equality, but that's not what Warren's court was doing, especially at the end. I have no clue what the fuck they were cooking in the late 70s, but in the 60s. Again, not every single decision made was bad. I know some people say it is, but yeah, not every single thing was bad, of course. But towards the end, the affirmative action shit and the DEI stuff that I hate saying DEI and woke, but that's what it was for the 70s, especially. All right. Measers has been a member for 22 months. Thank you so much, good sir. President Gilbert getting up for 5. Homelander's running again at 28. Don't kill your political career even more than you already have. I have a video plan if he does run again and he loses. Remember, I made the whole like the Homelander meme. I take credit for it, by the way. To this day, I take credit for the Homelander stuff. For DeSantis being Homelander, but yeah, he's gonna run again. Good luck. Cal Hughes for 2. We're not talking about Iran. Well, gee, it's not my fault that Trump decided to end the war. Wow. Rowdy Row for 3. Thoughts of the Georgia special session tomorrow? Aren't they doing redistricting in Georgia?
Yes, they're doing it for 2028.
Dumbasses. American.
Well, the reason they're doing it now and not later. The reason they're doing it. I'm sorry, I'm playing Siege. The reason we're doing it now and not Siege later is because they're worried about losing the governorship, so they're baking in this redraw before they potentially lose it.
All right. Daniel for 5. A bit off topic again, but this is a question for everyone. Who's your favorite heavy metal group? Not a big fan of heavy metal.
I don't listen to heavy metal.
Yeah, I don't really either. Devious Aftershock for 2. Virginia budget talks fell apart again. Did it actually? Oh gosh. Kelly Hughes for 2. GOP wanted to lose on purpose. Why was so shocking? Sprain Bear for 2. Kabul decide who'll be the governor of Georgia. Yeah, probably. Let's see. American Nerd for 2. Was there some busing during Nixon's term? Busing?
Busing? You don't know what that is?
No, I know you. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What was the thing? I didn't hear it.
Wasn't there some busing during Nixon's term?
Nixon? I thought he opposed busing.
I personally
think opposed forced busing. I think.
I think whatever. Just that. We're moving on from that subject because I think people are just, I don't know. I disagree with some of the stuff.
Okay, but yeah, what are our thoughts on Rhino Rick unfortunately winning this?
Yeah, I mean, he has money, so that's about it.
I'm really pissed about JFK, bro. I feel bad for him.
Who gives a shit?
Dude, I wanted John F. Kennedy to be lieutenant governor of Georgia.
It's still early, Luke.
Dude, he's down 10. He's not going to win this, bro. It's over.
Oh, my God.
His career is over. It's sad.
It's a fucking random ass state senate, whatever.
He's the president of the state senate, and
Who
his opponent
cares?
made Lego AI ads, dude. It's terrible. Like it's
Okay.
really a failure. I'm kidding. Dolezal's pretty good, and AFI endorsed him, but I just like John F. Kennedy, dude.
Oh my
Speaking of
gosh.
forced busing, hello, Midnight Messenger.
What? How do you go from? Oh my gosh, this show's been cooked already. We're not talking about the whole. We're not talking about that again. Nope, we're done. Kyle Hughes for 2. Kept dropping the ball as per usual. Yeah, he's getting the shit kicked out of him tonight.
Damn, Dooley's actually doing pretty good, I will say.
Luke, this is not a good showing for him at all. It really, because this is only the Atlanta Metro, and the rest of the state still is coming in. And
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Okay, I'm on. What's going on? I'm seeing
No,
the
we
result.
were analyzing the votes,
oh
and
god,
he's
analyzing.
in the Atlanta Metro. He's getting like over 2/3 of the Buddy Carter votes. So he's doing
That's-
relatively well. He's going to lose
Mhm.
more likely than not to Collins, but it's going to be a close race. Like it's not
No.
going to be the
Yeah.
blowout.
I don't think so.
I mean, that's kind of what I was expecting.
I don't think it's be that
so.
close.
It's going to be close. Dude.
I mean, like it seems like the county. I mean, there's one county, Eccles County, that's all the way in, and Burt Jones got like 71% there. But it's like a very small county, so that could change.
Okay, Webster.
Also, I will say there's been a
Luke,
couple counties
you're not
that are
interrupting everybody again. You're not gonna. You gotta chill, okay?
there were a couple.
I didn't have
counties-
anything else to say.
Yeah. Yeah, there were a couple counties that were 100% in, and then they removed the votes. So again, don't analyze counties that say they're 100% in until like after the election, because like you don't
Yeah.
know when they're coming in live like this.
From the looks of the Senate race, it looks like Collins has this, even though he's only up by like even though he's only up by about a point, I would say it's looking like he's going to win.
Okay, Webster County. It's 100%. And I know Luke just said like don't look at that, but like the raw votes is basically identical to what it was in the first round. Mike Collins, Derek Dooley is getting 23% of the vote here. In the first round, he got a total of 17%. So he went up 6%. Wow. He's getting his ass kicked right now. When all the votes are in, he's not gonna.
Don't be shocked if it comes in and that's not the actual results, because I've
It's
seen that
literally
happen with some.
Luke, I just said it's
Again, the counties will sometimes post wrong results and then they'll delete them. I'm telling you, tabulation errors happen, especially in a state like Georgia.
moving
where
the
there's
goalposts already.
Bro, I support Collins. Like I
I'm
like
messing
both
with
of them.
you.
Like, bro, I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up over these counties
Collins
that
is
have
gonna
like
fucking
6 people.
win.
Yeah, he's gonna win, but it's gonna be close. That's all I'm saying.
No.
Man.
Close for me is within 5, and I don't think it's within 5.
Okay, I'm crashing out. Chill out.
Kyle Hughes for 2. Any path for Jones? For Burt Jones, no. He's getting his ass kicked in the metro area too much, and the rural parts are not enough for him. So,
I mean, I'd say it depends. Like, I'm assuming all that's come in so far is early vote.
yes, I think. Mark, do we have any info on that?
I mean,
is it early vote?
I will say this: Rick Jackson went from over 90% to 60% on the gambling market. So I know I don't like the
believe the
gambling
betting
markets,
markets.
but
Mhm.
once votes start coming in, they're generally a little bit better. So that's all I'm gonna
Yep.
say.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if we get another major vote dump out of Fulton and DeKalb, and there's not a major shift towards Jones, then I would probably say that Jackson's going to win.
You just call it cab?
Cab.
DeKalb, whatever you want to say it.
Cab.
Cobb.
It's cab.
No, I said DeKalb. I said DeKalb.
It's cab.
I'm not talking
Oh,
about
you
Cobb
mean
County. I
you
said
mean
DeKalb.
you mean DeKalb.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, DeKalb.
I hate both of you so much. I'm joking. All right.
And
let's
then we
see
should
here.
get Alabama results in about 20 minutes. I don't know what to think of that race because I feel like I've seen stuff all over the place for whether more Hudson's winning. I think more will win, but I mean, who knows?
All right, right here. In the 10 Georgia counties where both early and election day votes have been reported, we're seeing a notable vote method shift towards Collins, 14 points at Jones, 21. That pattern will be important as more election day results are coming in. So yeah, this shit's over. This is the early vote in the metro area in Atlanta, and yeah, Dooley's doing good up here, but if
Yeah, I mean,
it's
his only good region in the state is the Atlanta area, and
even then, like,
he's not like doing super well in some of these suburbs. Basically, his whole margin is Fulton and DeKalb.
and Rockdale and like Cherokee County, which I think is a much bigger indicator. He's only up by 10 points here. Forsyth is only by 6. Like
I
these
mean,
are
we're
not
26% of the vote in, and like Collins is already winning like Savannah and Macon.
Yeah, that's why this is not a I don't know what Luke's talking about, but anyways, K Cup for 5. Luke, don't analyze counties that say they're 100% in. Also Luke, so we analyze the votes who are finding this. Luke rides a fence like a champ. Thanks for super chat. Spikes has been a member for 34 months strong. Thank you so much, good sir. But
Actually,
yeah,
wait. Here's kind of a big one. Henry County for governorship. Jackson is at 52%. Jones is at 48%, and this is half of the vote in.
he's doing good at Henry. You would think of all the counties, Rick Jackson the best in Henry, because that's the one county that hasn't it moved like
Well,
50 points to the left in the last 10 years.
yes, Henry is one of the fastly like leftward trending
And then Henry
counties in
and
the country.
Collins winning Henry County. This shit's over.
It's only yeah. Well, that's the thing. People always talk about how like Southeast Atlanta is like trending left. It's not. I mean, it is trending left, but not because of like any natural shift in voters. The county has gone from 70% white to like 70% black in 20 years.
Mhm.
White people are leaving to go into the exurbs, and black people are moving in from like
yeah, see the voting habits with
Detroit
them.
and like the rural Delta. Like these, it's entirely inorganic, but people still treat it as like proof of suburban voters or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, people have said, yeah, like we brought this up before, but it was basically like the reason Trump has gone down in Georgia is not necessarily because of him doing worse with suburbanites. It's because so many black voters have moved to the state and are making it more left
I
wing.
keep getting arguments with people. It's like these people are convinced that it's only white people. Yeah, some white college educated voters, they move left. That's true. But how can you say that? No, Atlanta these counties becoming so much more black had no impact on anything. Like seriously, it's stupid.
I mean, I think even our good friend Rufus said that
Rufus.
suburbanites weren't the reason why Georgia has
Well,
shifted
that's
leftward.
Rufus. You know why he says that.
Who has
obviously.
ruined Atlanta?
Mhm.
Oh gosh.
Who ruined his Chipotle meals?
Okay, Brantley County's 100% and allegedly. Collins at 74, Dooley at 26. In the first round, Brantley County, Dooley's at yeah, this shit's over. He's getting Mike Collins, like, yes, Dooley's getting some Buddy Carter voters, that's expected. He's getting at most like 40% in most areas. Maybe. And
I mean, because my
it's not
thing is
enough.
like, I just think once the election day vote comes in, you're gonna see like a bigger shift towards both Collins and Jones.
Yeah. Kyle Hughes for 5. Dan Sullivan is ineligible to run against Dan Sullivan. What a time to be alive.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
they did pull him off. They put him off.
That was horse shit what they were trying to do. Like you talk with third world shit, that's third world shit.
That's fucking like that is Banana Republic.
That's what they do in Russia
Oh.
with the fake parties that are old communists and stuff. So, and we had a big vote dump.
Did Collins just flip Henry County, or am I looking at something
No, it was
else?
already red, but there are other counties
Okay,
that
I
flipped.
was looking at Jones's map then, but he just gained quite a bit.
Yeah, I think Collins are going to start. He got a lot of votes there. Obviously, Fulton County is the big one, but if election day votes are outstanding, which I think they are, this shit's I think over.
Another county, Brantley County. This is a rural county in the southeast.
I said that, yeah.
95.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I said what Collins
Did we
said.
talk?
Yeah, Collins at 74%.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah. Spring Bear for 2. Suburbs will be ghettos in 6 years. Well, they already are. some areas. It's sad, but
Sad but true.
sad. Okay, as we get more results, I think it's clear Collins is gonna win. I just he's not. The problem with Dooley is like he's getting some votes in Fulton and DeKalb and then Rockdale, but it's not nowhere near enough.
I just think the suburbs around Atlanta are a ticking time bomb where Collins is eventually going to flip a lot of these.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like Cherokee County's a big one. That is a big area to win as Republican in. He's only down by 10 points right now, and it's 42% in. And if the election day votes are swinging 40 points in most areas, yeah, good luck. I just wish on the New York Times they would tell you where the vote's coming from, but they don't. But American First Insight does, thankfully.
Woo.
Which that is the coolest feature ever. They actually tell you like where the votes are. That is why don't most other outlets do that? Why? Why do they just hide that shit?
It's terrible to code.
Oh, boo freaking who?
Athens just came in.
Yeah,
that was a big shift to Dooley.
Was it?
Oh, smaller shift, whatever you want, like 0.5%.
Dooley got 45% here in the first round. He's at 64%.
Well, if I recall, like
that's his home
Carter's base
turf.
of support was in the southeast, right?
Yeah, Carter is in Southeast Georgia. But guys, the reason he's doing good at Athens is that's University of Georgia. That's where the football team plays. So
He's only barely winning Barra. Wait, I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, never mind. For some reason, Clark isn't in on my end.
Yeah, so Clark County, for those that don't know, that's where Athens is, and that's where Sanford Stadium is, I think. It's called University of Georgia. That's where they play. And the full name is Dooley Field at Sanford Stadium. So that should tell you everything. His dad's a legend at Georgia. And of course he does good at Athens. So kind of expected. Even then, 64%. It's kind of shitty. Kyle Hughes for 2. Alabama Senate runoff prediction, Moore +7. Maybe.
I think Hudson can win, honestly.
Who?
The guy running against him.
Hudson?
Yeah, the other guys
I think
against
Moore's gonna win.
Moore.
We'll see right away, I think.
I think Moore will win.
No, I think Moore will win, but I think it'll be closer than most people think.
We shall see.
I would agree. I think it's probably like a single-digit win for Moore.
Kind of bad for a Trump endorsement, but he does some reason Alabama he has problems with. I don't know why. It's just kind of weird.
It seems to be some of the southern. I mean, Alabama and Georgia always seem to be the problem states for Trump endorsements.
Well, I think an issue also, and it's especially playing out in Alabama, is a lot of people don't want to vote for a career politician, but they call Barry Moore a career politician, even though he's like a very good House Freedom Caucus member. So they'll just vote for anyone who's not a career politician. I think the same is happening in the governor races. There's a lot of Southerners who just don't want to vote for career politicians, kind of.
Well, that's kind of the problem.
It makes it a lot easier for them to go for someone who's just a businessman or whatever.
That's kind of the problem with these boomers like MTG and Massey run around saying, don't vote for career politicians, even though they both are career politicians. Because yes, a lot of career politicians are shit, like Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell. They've been there for centuries. But how can you say Barry Moore is a career politician? And it's like, okay, he's a good one, though. You see the problem with this strategy? It's fucking stupid. Which, by the way, you guys see that video MTG posted yesterday? Her new reality.
I try not to look at what she does.
What did she post yesterday?
She announced a week ago her shitty reality TV show. You guys hear about that?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Life with MTG.
Life with MTG. And she's starting to hype it up more, and she's posting more of that shit. It's a fucking scam.
Are we getting a live review stream of the first episode of Life with MTG?
You know she's gonna copyright strike that shit.
Chat, go ahead, light it up. Say you want the live review. Go.
Can you imagine how awful it's gonna be?
You have to become a paid subscriber if you want to see our reaction to that show.
Gosh.
Guys, for just $1 a month, you could support the content.
No, I swear. I will only do it for. Oh gosh, I don't want to do it. I really don't want to watch that. You know what's that whole series be about?
That bad.
You know what she's gonna do? It's a reality TV
OnlyFans?
show. It's gonna be shit.
You
It's
can
gonna-
watch her like lift weights and get like stem cells like injected
and
in
she's
her
going to Costa
Mexico.
Rica.
Costa Rica, yeah.
I can't believe like she's like the first thing she does is go to Costa Rica. Seriously? Not like a place in America. She goes to Costa Rica and she's the America First patriot. Yeah, I'm sure of it. Guys, if you guys left Congress, would you go to Costa Rica as the very first place you go to?
No.
Yeah, you would think, okay, somewhere nice like
I would go to Little St. James, where I've already
gosh.
been. Because I'm a politician and I went to the
Stop,
island.
Stop.
We are Jeffrey Epstein. We carried the flames.
Please, I beg of you. Okay,
We'll
let's
fight for
see.
the island.
Nathaniel for 10. I'm volunteering for my state reps campaign. His primary opponent is a carpetbagger from Springfield, Missouri. If you live in Missouri, House District 140, vote for Jamie Ray Gregg for re-election. Okay, good to know. W chat for Nathaniel for supporting
Wait, carpet whatting?
carpet bagging.
The fuck is carpet bagging?
Oh my god, let's start this again. Sprain
You
Bear
mean
for
carpet
2.
bagging?
Bagging, good lord.
Thank you.
Sprain Bear for 2. Kemp, no, we're not. Cancer sucks. We're not rooting for that. President Gilbert Giddy up for 5. MTG's live show. Let's talk with the Jewish space lasers. You know it's gonna be just that shit. And like, what's the most boomer coded stuff you could think of for MAGA boomers or schizos?
You missed Simple Logic for 2.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Simple Logic for 2. MTG only only fans dump soon. Rap review coming. Fuck no. That's where I draw
If
the
she
line.
does, we are doing
No.
a live review of her OnlyFans.
No, no, that's where I draw the line. Nope.
You draw the line at reviewing her. Okay, that's fine.
No, not like
I didn't know you were one of those.
No, what? We're not reviewing. Like, I will review if she does a shitty reality TV show. But if it's the OnlyFans
What, you
stuff,
won't review
no.
her OnlyFans?
Fuck no.
That's where you draw the line?
I don't know if we saw this too, but Cobb County, I think, just came in.
Yeah, I saw that.
Not too, 57-43 for Dooley.
That's not that good for Dooley. That
No.
really isn't.
Jackson's doing well there, 64 in Cobb for Jackson.
Yeah. Kyle Hughes for $6.67.
Yes.
Oklahoma
Thank
wage
you.
question is a scam. Higher taxes and perpetually. I don't know what you talk about the wage thing.
I think Oklahoma has a amendment question or whatever to go to 15 minimum wage. I could be wrong.
How does it impact taxes? I don't know. But yeah, the reality TV show, I mean, like, just name some generic shit like these schizos like are into.
I don't know, but she'll be talking about how she's part of the young next generation that needs to take over, which I don't get when you're 52. Like,
Mark, we talked about that.
MTG is a young gun.
Like, Mark, I remember we talked about that a couple weeks ago. It's like, these fucking people are like in their 50s, 60s, and they're like, we're part of the young generation. Like, what the fuck you talking about? You know, like, these people are over the age of 50. And it's like Barris and Barnes talk with them. Yeah, we're the next generation. Maybe for politicians, they are younger for politician standards, but seriously.
But Barris is back on the MAGA train now, so
I swear to
that's why
God.
he's young now.
I swear to God, if he shows Republican surge,
next generic R+1 trust.
I will. Oh gosh, they better not. You know how pissed I'll be if that happens. Old as
Very.
shit that he was pushing, and now I mean he went on Charlie Kirk's show or what? Yeah, it's still Kirk's show, and he's like, yeah, the young voters still love Trump. Didn't you say they hated his guts 5 minutes ago? Didn't you say like Epstein ruined him, and now you're saying they don't? Like what?
Well, not to mention he said that the like Republicans in Congress were the most rhino they've ever been.
That's the worst
So
one,
true.
I think. We've gone over this a million times. 2016, name some bad Republicans. Oh, God. John McCain,
Roy Blunt, Rob
Roy
Portman.
Yeah, I forgot Blood existed.
Richard Burr.
Freaking Bird, Tillis was
Probably
there.
at least 2/3 of the elected GOP officials.
Terrible.
Probably more.
And just look at the House. That you could argue the House was even worse. You had to deal with Paul
the House.
Ryan.
I mean, I think like I think at least a third of the caucus in the House supported amnesty back in 2016.
Yeah, I
mean,
remember that.
You had a 250-ish Republican majority, and literally the only thing it could do was pass tax cuts. That's how bad
They
it
can't even
was.
do that. Remember, they folded the Obama like twice. I remember that. They folded. It's stupid. Nathaniel for 5. Greg's opponent in the primary has only been registered in the district since February. Okay, good to know. American Nerd for 6. Imagine MTG hosted a conspiracy theory show on the History Channel with the Ancient Aliens people. You know, at this point, that would probably be more informative than her reality TV show. Honestly, at this point. Go ahead. Simple Logic for 2. Bro, I'm 35 and feel old. Also have 3 kids, so yeah. Well, again, like, you're at least, like, you're in your 30s. These people are their fucking 50s and 60s saying we're the next generation.
The 60s and 70s. And
It's like, I swear, they want to be back to the resistance LARP. It's stupid. It's the Vietnam generation. I should be surprised. Hello, John.
Oh, talking about the Vietnam generation. Yeah.
No, we're talking about we're talking about how
Mhm.
like all these old people like Barnes and Barris are saying like they're gonna be the next resistance, like the next
Yeah.
generation of people.
MTG literally saying like it's time for the next generation to take
These
up. Like
freaking
I'll
people
be
in their
I'll be there
50s.
on their side. It's like you're 52, dude.
They
Okay.
want to
Also-
relive the Vietnam stuff. That's what it
Also,
is.
John Kennedy is losing by about 11.
What?
it's over.
Oh no. Anyway.
Although I've heard Greg Dolezal, or however you say his name, I've heard he's actually pretty good on like
He is
immigration.
very good.
The Vietnam generation. Well, that's who these
What's
people
happening?
are.
Wait, go back to the John Kennedy thing. Wait, which John Kennedy are you talking about?
JFK
The
in
John
Georgia.
Kennedy in Georgia.
Yeah, JFK is losing right now.
Mm.
The one in yeah.
He's down
Okay,
in
don't-
Dallas,
don't care.
thankfully. So or LA or over the Atlantic Ocean.
And you have to understand, like, I know, like, a lot of you actually have a lot of Zoomer, maybe even Gen Alpha viewers. And I'm sitting here, I'm at the very top, the last year of what is technically considered being a Zoomer. I have to say something to all you guys under me. All you guys that are like just a little bit younger than me or a lot younger than me.
Under you? That sounds sketchy as hell. Wait, what?
Look, forgive my verbiage. I've been
I'm
working for
joking.
10 hours.
I'm joking.
Anyways, you guys need to be very wary of millennials. Everybody older than me, I'm like the cutoff here. Everybody older than me is screwed up in some way. And you look at Barnes and Barris and these people that are talking, their entire concept of what a resistance is colored by the left. Everything that they understand to be good or bad is colored by the left. Everything that they think, and that's that is the cage you have to break out of. I'm not telling you to go insane or to start believing in insane things or to start dehumanizing everybody around you, anything like that. You have to realize there are so many things that you probably grew up believing that have nothing to do with the founding of this country or anything that your ancestors believed or anything that actually makes this country function. There's actually a lot of things, a lot of superfluous add-on ideas that have nothing to do with having a well-functioning country or being a humane, charitable, glorious country that glorifies God, glorifies everybody around us, and honestly makes us the best country in the world. No, there's like 1,000 things that have been pinned on in the past 60 years, and you have to break out of the cage. You cannot be like Barris. You cannot be like Barnes or Bannon.
Oh, we're the resistance, guys. Resisting what? To winning?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
objectively.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, by the way, we got more results out of Georgia. Yeah, I think Colin's gonna run away with it. But anyways, Dark Helm for 5. Okay, this is a good one. Actually, no, wrong one. Shit. Cal Hughes for 5. Chance that McConnell resigns or dies. I hope he lives, but he's in terrible shape. He should resign. Dude, just resign. This is getting stupid. Like, you're not gonna help us anyways, so just get out of there. But
Mitch
he's not going to.
McConnell should resign. John Cornyn should resign. Tom Tillis should resign. And you know what? John Thune should resign.
Yeah.
No, Tom Tillis should not resign because guess who gets to apply
Yeah,
his
yeah,
replacement?
we can't do North Carolina.
Yeah, Roy Coop.
Yeah,
No, Josh Stein.
same thing.
I was gonna say, dude, I'm not even kidding. I get the two mixed up. They're the
They're
same,
the same fucking
person.
guy.
I mean,
They can't do anything because the Republicans just block everything. So
They are the exact same person, man.
just one's younger. So, Dark Helm for 5. This is one that Mark's talked a lot about. It's easier to be the resistance because you don't have to work. All you have to do is vote against everything. They aren't capable of governing.
Thomas Brappy does this.
Mark, you say a lot, by the way. That's something you keep repeating, and you're right.
Yes, because,
I mean, it's
because
true.
there's an issue where people think that all these like anti-government populists are part of the right, and they are when the left's in charge, but when the right is in charge, they just become
They're useless.
giant problems, and it's almost not worth it at this point.
I mean, like, we can't even pass tax cuts with these people because it's no, you can't. We can't pass this because it doesn't go far enough. I hate these people so much.
Oh, and also just for the record, in North Carolina, the government does get to do the appointee, but it must be of the same political party. And I think the state senate or someone does that. Kentucky has a similar law.
Yeah, Kentucky. That's why I don't care.
You can just appoint any person who isn't actually a Republican that's just registered as a Republican, though.
Yeah,
unless
that's
unless the state committee has to appoint.
But yeah, no, the Kentucky, they can do what they want. It's
the governor must choose from a list of nominees provided by the state executive committee of the senator's political party.
That's good. Dark Helm,
which is also why Tom won't resign, because he doesn't want that happening either way.
Yeah. President Gilbert getting up for 5. I have to say something to all you guys under me. John Rose, June 16th, 2026.
All of my underlings, all of my minions,
hey, that's what you said.
All of my little brothers, all of my little brothers out there. Blink, blink.
Gosh.
Also, breaking news: polls in Alabama have officially closed.
And Oklahoma. So, American Noted for 2. Is Vance and Rubio millennials or something? Vance is.
Vance is a millennial.
Rubio is a Gen X.
I think Rubio is Gen X.
Yeah, he is.
Vance is a very different millennial than like pretty much 99% of millennials. He was actually pretty millennial in 2014 when he married his wife, when he graduated from Yale. All of that was extremely millennial. But then he had a conversion. He had a change in life. He started focusing on important things. It's not necessarily. I have a lot of millennial friends, but the deal is the people I'm friends with who are millennials are people who figured out that there were things wrong with their concept of the world. They broke out of the cage and they worked it. It's just that so many of these people, especially the ones that we're yelling about and complaining about today, they don't get it. They never broke out. They never graduated. They're perpetually stuck with the terrible ideas that they were given growing up. And that's what I'm saying. Like the biggest tell for me recently about anybody that's saying it, it's not people being critical of the Iran war. There's people on this program that are critical of the Iran war. I have close friends, very intelligent close friends that are critical of the Iran war. But the second I see someone use the phrase pointless war on social media, that is when I realize that I am looking at a brainwashed, completely useless millennial. There's a point to wars. There's whether or not you like the point to the war is a very different thing. That's the thing you should argue. The idea that pointless wars, that is you. There is a 1960 degenerate communist from the Vietnam protests that is stuck in your brain because you went through public school. Now, please do yourself a favor, rip it out of your brain and actually think like a real human being. Thank you.
You're right.
This is kind of important. There is a Georgia State Senate special election going on right now. Harris plus 14. The Dem is currently up by 6.5 with 47% reporting.
And I know that's because the turnout and stuff, but watch these
Doesn't
people.
matter. That's not how it works. All over performances 100% matter and are treated equally.
Remember the California one? Nobody's talking about that. Gee, I wonder why.
This is only early vote, by the way. Election day is outstanding.
I'm gonna laugh at Flips. These fucking wow! It's as if when there's an actual election going on and one that people give a shit about, Republicans vote. Oh my goodness. Is this a shocking turn of events? These fucking
If you have an IQ above like the median of a certain region in the world, no, this does not surprise you. It makes sense.
California, same thing. Remember, they notice no one's talked with the primary in California, the runoff. I wonder why. Or not the runoff, but the special there. I wonder why. It's as if they overperformed Trump by like 5. So, and that was a very high turnout special. You can't say 5 people voted like these other specials are. It was high turnout, and Republicans kicked their asses. So
low term elections, when they help Democrats, they matter. When they help Republicans, you can just ignore them.
Professor Tricky for 5. Not only does the Oklahoma state question raise minimum wage of 15, but it also binds into inflation afterwards. So it'll just keep going up afterwards. Ew, that's bad. I don't like that. Yeah, my opinion on the minimum wage has changed a lot over the last couple of years. Listen, I still support a minimum wage, but now we're getting people saying we need a $50 minimum wage. We need 70, 150, 5,000.
Okay. So if you understand the concept that money, like the value of money, the value of dollars, leftists don't understand this, but like the value of a dollar goes up and down. And because of the system we currently implement
Only
since
goes
the
up.
70s, it only goes up, 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 up. That okay, but if you understand that it's not like a static number, you understand that like minimum wage is a completely, at the bare minimum, a useless concept, sometimes very harmful. But here's the deal. You're upset about wages being low. Do you know why wages are low? Because you're being replaced. You're being if you don't believe the demographic replacement is happening, you're stupid. But if you don't believe that, you can at least believe that your labor is being replaced either by contract workers from the Caribbeans or Latin America, or believe it or not, in my town, East Europe, Central Europe,
Yeah,
East
but
Europe, West
gee.
Asia, and it's really crazy. We have Ukrainians. Oh, I have met Ukrainians, Russians, Kazakhs, Lithuanians, all in my city in freaking South America. Like not South.
Well,
s-
there
South
was
America.
the thing,
America.
like in 2016, he got Trump was actually got flack because he used to hire Polish workers for Trump Tower. Yeah, no, people, I mean, it's because there are so many people from Latin America here that are working under the table and everything. But yeah, no, like it's Eastern Europe, Central Europe, most of Asia, and then Latin America. Like they're all over the place.
These people,
Latinx.
third worlders, work the wages you want. You will work the jobs they would. You just won't work them at the wages they're presented at, which is why you sit there and you scream at the federal government, raise minimum wage, and then every 10 to 20 years they placate you. Okay, sweetie, we're gonna raise minimum wage, and then guess what they do? They import 10 million more fuckers to replace you, and then your wages keep going down anyways, or the job
Yeah.
disappears. The job disappears and goes black entirely, where the only people doing it are people working under the board, under the table. Is that what you want? Is that the country you want? Start bitching about migration. Stop bitching about a fucking random arbitrary number.
Hold on. We got results out of Alabama and out of mobile. Barry Moore up by 10. That's 1% in.
1% in though.
Isn't that his district?
That's his district, yeah.
Oh,
But it's 1%.
It's 1%.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see how that evolves.
I mean,
that's not.
if that holds,
He's
I would say
fucked.
that's not a good result for Moore.
At least fucked if he's only up by 10 in Mobile, it's over. Like straight up. I'm just saying.
DDHQ calls it for Mike Collins.
Oh, they did?
Good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, he keeps gaining. So.
Guys, Luke is saying this will be a very tight race. It's going to be down the wire. Yeah. Anyways.
God,
I love publicly executing Luke on the live stream.
so true. And Mike
Wait,
Collins,
Tom.
Patriot, please. I will say this every single time his name comes up. Please help Mike Collins win this fall.
I think there's a
Please.
chance. We'll see. I think he has a chance to win this. I hope he does.
Hi guys.
Hi,
Hello.
Tyrone.
Yeah, fuck you, Rap. I thought we were starting like 10 minutes ago.
I realized I fucked up. I was like, shit. and it was too late. But I got it sorted out.
Yeah, if you guys were wondering where I was taking a nap because Rap screwed up the timing, so I thought that I had an extra hour that I didn't.
I'm sorry, that
Fucking-
was not intentional. I swear to God, it wasn't.
Maybe Rap is one of the polls Trump imported.
Gosh. But yeah, we're getting more results. Come on, Alabama. We want very more. Jared Hudson's fine, but we want more. Kelly Hughes for 2.
Yeah,
Is it mobile or more mobile?
Mobile.
Mobile. It's mobile.
I like saying mobile, but yeah, it's mobile.
Never trust a person that says mobile. The only people I've ever met who think it's mobile are from like above. They're from the wrong side of the IQ filter known as the Mason-Dixon line.
I'm gonna be real. Like, I don't know if this is a phenomenon other people have with cities. Mobile, Alabama is this place where like you go 10 minutes out of the city limits to Fairhope. You go over to Daphne. You go over to like any city that is like just a little bit outside the city. You're in beauty. You're in the beauty of the Gulf. You have this wonderful Alabama land, tiny strip of Alabama land on the coast. Wonderful place to be. Just don't be in the actual city. It's a trash heap. It's a dumpster fire. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's most cities. So, the outside of it's nice, but you get to the city, yeah, that place sucks.
I hate Mobile.
Mobile.
And Mobile hates you, John.
I know they do.
Why, you have a personal vendetta?
It's okay though. It's okay though. We can hate on them.
The people of Mobile like have like posters out there like with my face on them, like my real life face, and it's like, tear down John Rose, kill John Rose,
beat him to death.
Yeah. Kill and murder John Rose. Pick him up and behead him by the stem of his neck.
I have antagonized basically every real life person I have ever met from that city, so I wouldn't be surprised if they have like a bounty out for me or whatever.
There's the legend of John Rose. Like, they don't actually know who you are. They just hear the voices.
They're not even sure if John Rose is a real person. They just know that they hate him.
Of course.
Anyway, I'll be right back. I need to take a monster piss.
Oh, speaking of monster piss, you guys, Patriots, go out and get red, white, and blue Monster while it lasts. They're celebrating America 250 with there's like a raspberry flavor and then like a tea lemonade flavor. Get the raspberry one.
Yeah, right here. This is a funny one. People in quotation of Mobile.
No, like literally, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You think we're joking?
Personal vendetta.
I am dead serious. And yeah, I do have personal vendettas against the people in Mobile, but it's also just like a general observation. Yes, I'm biased. Am I wrong? No, I am dead right.
Marcus Holiday for 5. As an Alabama native, I've only been to Mobile once, and it was just to see the battleship down there. Oh yeah, they get the battleship, right?
That's the one reason to be there. Go see the USS Alabama and then salute it.
And leave. Get the fuck out of there.
Say a prayer to Robert E. Lee and then leave.
Wait, hold up. Whoa. What do you mean? Wait, what?
What do you think we mean?
No prayer.
You salute the stars and bars. That's how we do it.
Oh my gosh.
What are you, some kind of fucking yank?
Texas has its own Mobile, and it's called Beaumont.
Oh gosh.
Louisiana also has its own Mobile. It's called like half of the cities there, most notably Shreveport.
Yeah, fuck Shreveport.
Fuck Shreveport. Fuck Beaumont. Fuck Mobile. Fuck Montgomery.
Oh yeah, Shreveport is dirty.
Josh for 2.
Yeah, no, of course it's dirty. I mean, like, you want to know why?
Tyrone, good lord. Josh for 2. How better is Pensacola than Mobile? How better is it?
If you're smart, you go to Gulf Shores and not Pensacola or Mobile.
Okay. Listen, this was literally like my territory. I'm sorry for taking like up oxygen.
No, it's fine.
Pensacola doesn't look the greatest when you're driving into it, but you'll find some nice places inside of Pensacola. It's not the worst place to be. Definitely better than Jacksonville. You go around. If you're actually if you have money and you're actually wanting to have a pleasant time in the Florida Panhandle, number one, you're a patriot. Congratulations. I love you. But number two, you should kind of go to like Santa Rosa Beach, the areas around there, Destin, Florida, like those places. You do have to have a little bit more money, but you will be surrounded by patriots on boats,
This is
fishing, and and you also wonderful food, wonderful beaches, wonderful time.
uh
But yeah, no. If you're not if you don't have money, then Pensacola is fine. Don't go to
Just
Mobile.
go to Gulf Shores if you're poor. It's like the Florida beach, but without the Florida cost. I don't fucking know.
If you go east, there's like Panama City Beach, Panama City, and then there's like San Jose Beach, and like all those stuff east of Destin is cheaper if you're trying to like
all
do
right.
a cheap panhandle vacation.
This is a good one for somebody to chat. Jackson, Mississippi's worse.
Oh, Jackson is my favorite
Yeah,
city
let's go.
ever.
Let's go to Jackson and then like Shreveport. That's the
Oh
worst
yeah.
that can happen.
Also, like most people
And
don't know this,
Birmingham.
but Biloxi, Mississippi, which is right next to Mobile, it's just in the Mississippi part. If you go west into Biloxi, there's like casinos there.
But yeah,
My coworkers used to hang out there. Uh, not my favorite place, but I'm not a gambling man. If you're a gambler, maybe you like Biloxi.
all right. No results. Alabama. What are you guys doing? What is this shit?
Not counting, that's for sure.
Do your damn
I mean, if I recall, it
job.
took a long time last time to get the results out of
But why is
Alabama.
it one count? One drop for Mobile, and it's like they edged you a little bit. Oh gosh. Memphis to Jackson to Shreveport. That's a good one. Memphis to Jackson to Shreveport vacation.
Yeah, literally just like I want to be covered in trash. I want to be stabbed in a back alley.
I want to get
This is my road
shot.
trip. This is my road trip.
I want my tires get stolen and stuff. Shit.
That entire I'm on my computer now. That entire fucking hit up line, that's like the nightmare blunt rotation of like deep south trash cities to visit. Like you are on welfare at that
And don't
point.
forget
Oh,
Birmingham.
we have results in Oklahoma now.
We do?
Yeah.
Kevin Hearns won. No shit. What? Drummond's at first. No.
Yeah, but it's
Shit.
5% in.
Shit. Anybody but Drummond, please.
Does Oklahoma have runoffs, or is it just
It's runoffs.
whoever gets
It's
pulled out?
runoffs.
Okay,
I think it's
okay.
runoffs.
And Kevin Hearn is winning his primary. Wow.
Have we covered the thing that came out of California today with Chris Rufo?
No, I don't think so. No, we didn't. No.
Oh,
So, for those who are unaware, California is pressuring public utilities to award over $500 million in special contracts to LGBTQ-owned firms. To qualify, residents must go through the state's gay certification program.
Wait,
And if you're not gay enough, you can face prison time. Basically, in California, you could be sent to jail for your business failing the state-mandated homosexuality certification test.
Send this. What? What? Oh my.
I had heard a snippet of that story, but I did not hear the entirety of that until now.
You
That's
could go
ridiculous.
to jail for not being gay. What the hell?
It's the Sam Hyde meme, state enforced homosexuality.
Okay, wait.
Honest-
So I was gone for 5 seconds. So why are we going to prison for not being homosexual?
No.
California.
If you aren't homosexual, you could go
All
to
right,
jail.
here I'll say it again for you, John. California has they have what is basically a free STEMI check for businesses, to where if you can prove that you are gay, they will give you free money. And if you fail that test, you can face potentially up to jail time for lying to the state about being gay.
Again, this is the whole thing with like we were talking earlier, whether you realize it or not, about freedom of association. And you have to think about what the government can and can't do. I know everybody wants to live in a world where you can force every single person to be colorblind and whatever else blind. But the reality is, is that the government just physically cannot force people to change their hearts. So you're always going to have people, you listener, are going to have people of a different skin color that, or sexual orientation, or sex, like females, males. You're going to have someone that's different than you exclude you because you're different. And that's really tough and that sucks. But when you try to get the government to regulate that, all that's going to happen is you're going to give people an excuse to sue each other or give the governments an excuse to discriminate against people on the basis of not being X special category. And that's what's happened. You all realize it. You all realize this is what happened. You were discriminated against at work because you're not female. You're discriminated against work because you're white and you're not some special color. You're discriminate like that's the whole thing. The problem with Brown v. Board of Education and all of the civil rights stuff is that you're giving the government permission to exclude you and actually create incentives to sue you. Like, okay, think about it this way too. Imagine you have the business, you have the success, you have the money, and then all of a sudden somebody comes in and tries to work for you or work with you, and you realize, oh, this guy's got a bad credit record. Oh, this guy's really hard on turnover. He's worked 12 jobs in the past 6 months. Oh, this guy's really like a high risk individual. I don't want to do business with him. And you say no. Well, guess what? Because you thought, you cried when you thought about segregation, or you cried when you thought about all this other shit. You gave the courts permission for him to sue your ass because, oh, he just happened to be the wrong skin color. And now he can pretend you're a racist piece of shit and ruin your life. That is the world that we created, and we need to leave it. All right, there you go. Rant over.
I can't get over this. Like, you can go to jail if you're not gay enough. That's just. I should be shocked, but we are in the year 2026.
So we were actually talking about this in John's server last night. We weren't talking about this in specific, but we were talking about like about Keir Starmer. We were talking about the British government, and in a state like California, it also applies. This is called petty authoritarianism, and it's when the government does not 6-7 in my fucking Helldivers game.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
Yeah, sorry. It's called petty authoritarianism, and it's where the government doesn't want to come off as tyrannical or authoritarian, so they're not going to do shit like they're not going to take away your right to freedom of speech. They're not going to take your guns away. Well, I mean, they're doing that in California. But what they will do is they will do petty bullshit like this to exercise and remind people of the fact that, yes, they do, in fact, actually have the power to do that. Like, for example, with Keir Starmer's Britain, they're going to start culling the Dartmoor pony, which is an indigenous pony species native to northern England and has been there since the last ice age, 4,000 years ago, towards the tail end of it. California, New York, a lot of these blue states participate in these types of petty authoritarian things, really just to kind of like reinforce that, yeah, we're not going to violate your constitutional rights exactly, but we're going to like restrict it, and we're going to do shit to remind you that, yeah, the state does have that power, sweetie, and you shouldn't contest us.
American Nerd for 2. Roads and Mobile are confusing as fuck. American Nerd for 2. Boomers are probably counting in AI. It'll be a while. True. Simple Logic for 2. To quote Kid Rock, I'm feeling Jackson, Mississippi. Yeah. Kyle Hughes for 2. More is at, oh gosh, 67% in Escambia County.
Boo.
Marcus Holiday for 10. Off topic, but I feel like I've seen way more stuff about America 250 instead of Pride Month. Again, I'm an Alabama native, so just maybe I'm more sheltered, but still. No, I've noticed like even really last like 4 or 5 days, there's been a huge uptick in the amount of America 250 stuff. Part of it is because World Cup, but I still think the UFC fight was ingenious.
Oh yeah, no.
I think
like
smart.
people doubted. There were doubters. There were whiners. And then when it happened, we got the pictures. We got the video. Oh, Patriot. But also, by the way, Mr. Marcus, you have to realize you're the secret millionaire. You're the secret prince. You've been mistreated your whole life by your stepsisters, but you're Cinderella. Why? Because you grew up in Alabama.
Oh, Dana for 5. Honestly, I didn't think Oklahoma governor would be as close as it is. I thought Drummond would get over 40. It's going to go to runoff, but it's
Yep.
somebody like Drummond should not be in first
Yep.
place. So
Jackson's now only up by 12.
okay, interesting.
Like it's narrowed by
as-
about 6 points.
As for the whole like America 250 stuff, listen, I know the UFC fight. Not everybody watched it. Like Tyrone didn't watch it, but most people here I think did watch it.
Well, I didn't watch it because I was busy with
Yeah.
shit. It's different than just actual
Like,
disinterest.
It does feel like that was. I know he says quite a bit. It does feel like that was a genuine vibe shift. That whole event, like,
Oh yeah.
I
Everything that I like is a vibe shift, and everything I dislike
Yeah.
is fake news.
but like no seriously, like
Just so everybody is tracking.
yeah. But when you look at actually what was going on during the event, it's just the imagery was amazing. Every time Trump is in a picture, it's always like filled with aura for no reason. He just sits there. It's aura.
Personally, I think I think personally of the people who had the best photo of them taken, I think the one where Vance was with the Pope's brother
Yeah, that was
the
great.
best.
Amazing.
I saw the caption of like a lot of people were making references to the Roman Emperor and stuff.
I was gonna say the headline that the Pope's brother has decided to visit the Empire's capital for a gladiators match on the Emperor's birthday.
After
Like,
war
was
with Persia has been settled.
Yeah, war
Yeah.
with the Persians.
America is in fact the third Rome.
No,
No, it was
it's
beautiful.
amazing.
I think like we just were all
You're
having good
beautiful, Noah.
vibes. We were thank you, but we were all having a really good time. I think people were happy the war's over. I think people were happy we were doing something patriotic and cool in front of the White House. And here's the whole thing. Like we keep talking about this whole thing about, oh my gosh, we have to be so terrified of the left because the left controls cultural institutions. But you go and look, did you guys see their counter?
That
their
was the
counter-programming?
saddest thing I've ever seen. It's literally 20 old ass people on a stage singing garbage.
I mean, that was even worse optics than some of the No Keynes rallies.
Well, because it's like this is what they want as America. A bunch of old ass depressed people on a stage talk about how terrible America is. Like, seriously?
Yeah, unironically, that encapsulates the boomers' image of America.
But then, and you
where
can compare that to the Trump one. Like, you had the guy in the Oval Office looking at the Declaration of Independence, and he said he did not understand what they were saying. But it's like
Also
the
compare
imagery.
this White House's performance compared to when Biden had the Pride Month celebrations
then
with
the
the
freaking-
naked transgenders.
And the Easter Bunny
flashing
showed
me
up
with their fucking fake ass tits on the fucking
Yeah.
lawn.
And then you have like the Easter Bunny scaring kids off. It's like compare and contrast this under
Easter
Biden.
Bunny.
But like, yeah, you have the creepy ass Easter Bunny sitting behind Biden, and they're scaring kids off. It's like, what the
You guys
fuck?
have the WikiLeaks screenshot where it's the Easter Bunny kindly asked Joe Biden to stop like questioning the kids or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't have it, but I need to find it. 'cause
It's
really
hilarious.
fucking funny.
Chat, what will you do when the Easter Bunny shows up to your house one day and says, "Stop digging"?
What if the Easter Bunny says to start digging?
We're
In a
just gonna
certain
stop.
area of what?
Just stop. American Nerd for 2.
What?
Just stop. American Nerd for 2. I meant Alabama, not AI. Okay, Prince Ryder for 2. Show us what cut Jackson's lead below 10. Yeah, there's Jackson is. We'll see. President Gilbert Giddy up for 5. So for California, you need to be more gay. How do I be more gay than Tyrone? Tyrone, teach us your ways.
All right.
I mean,
all right. So,
so I've
get
been
naked
paying
and take your
attention
clothes
to
off.
Gosh.
Tyrone actually knows a lot about being gay, not because he's personally gay, because he just like attracts gay people. Like
Alex Ledbetter for 2.
surrounded
It
by
is
gay
true.
people.
It is true. I am in fact a
So-
big black bear. Just look
Yeah,
at some of the
Alex-
people I've invited
Everyone
to
shut
John's server.
up. Alex Ledbetter for 2. JFK's favorite on Kelshi. I don't know. Prince Ryder for
He's
5.
down. He's losing.
Yeah, America 250
well,
was
he
never.
has narrowed it slightly.
Prince Ryder for 5. America 250 was Democrats' worst fear. Not only was it a visual, but the narrative of the underdog America winning hit hard as he celebrated with Trump. Yeah, it's the guy had a 6-1 odds of winning. He fucking beat the shit out of the guy.
Okay. Hold
But-
up. Just for the record, don't confuse America 250 with Freedom 250.
Oh yeah, sorry, excuse
Also,
me.
as a statement, because America 250 is a terrible
Shit.
organization that was created in 2016 and had an Obama appointee, and it was just complete dog water, and they have done nothing to help the celebration. The only
It's
thing on
Freedom
their
250.
website is saying like, oh hey, tell us if you're hosting a block party and then we'll like post it. And that's it. Freedom
forgot about
250
that.
was created by Trump as soon as he won his second term, and then they started being proactive and actually planning and doing stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about the whole. There's a difference. Random Polish guy for
Hello.
5. So it's confirmed Jackson won. Great. I get the feeling he's
Crap,
gonna drink.
fuck you. Say hi to Brandon.
Oh, Tyrone, really? Hello,
Yes.
Brandon.
Thank you.
Random Polish guy for 5. So it's confirmed Jackson won. Great. I get the feeling he's gonna drag Collins' chances now because I feel Jackson underperformed. Fuck that. It's not a guarantee he does
Is-
win, but
No,
Okay.
no one's called it. For
Okay,
Jackson
wait.
yet,
Okay,
as far as I
weird. He
know.
flipped. Jones flipped Henry on decision desk.
he did a near. What the hell?
Did
Yeah,
on
look,
AFI too.
okay.
okay. Look. It's not the race is not over yet, and the fact that
No.
Jones keeps gaining is pretty good news for him.
I was trying to
one
bring. So I
county-
was trying to bring this up earlier, but like, basically, Jones has gained about 3% through like every 10% that's in. So if you do the math, I mean, he has the math there. If he gains like how he's been the last couple of vote dumps.
We shall see.
Assuming that Jackson does end up winning this, as he is currently the favorite, how do you think that applies in November later on?
He has
overall?
money. That's the only thing going for him. So we'll see. I think he's
That
gonna
might be-
win, but
I don't think I think Burt Jones is just going to barely clinch it at this point,
we'll see.
which is preferable because he's a good candidate and we like winners.
Yeah, not people who just use money and they call it a day. President
Yeah.
Gilbert Giddy up for 5. What if the Easter Bunny says start digging? Yay, June 15th, 2026. Gosh, American
It's
Nerd for
June
2.
16th?
June 16th, excuse me. American Nerd for
Okay,
2. I hope I
reply.
could live long enough to the tricentennial. Well, that's in 50 years, so
I mean, you could be alive. You should be.
yeah.
We're not we're not making it to the tricentennial, guys. We're all dying. We should just cut our dicks off right now.
Yeah, we're all dying. It's over. The Epstein file's taken over. Epstein has taken over himself.
There are a
Did
couple
everyone
more
in Alabama
counties.
just forget to vote today? There's like
No. There's
This
a
is
couple
fucking
more counties
pathetic.
that came in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're all like 1%, but yeah.
Yeah, that is pathetic. They're not counting the votes. Henry went from Jackson plus 5 to tie with percent of the vote going from 50% to 65%. Yeah, that is not. If you're Rick Jackson, that's not good because Henry County should be a very good county for you. So we'll see, but if Jones actually pulls this off, I'm gonna laugh.
Like I said, like it is mathematically possible for him
Yeah.
to do so.
John F. Kennedy does also still have a path at this point.
Oh gosh.
That's true, yeah, because he narrowed it from like 11
Yeah.
to 9.
Kennedy can still win.
Yeah. Blake
Mhm.
Masters could still win.
Great news from McMasters.
Gosh, I still
It's
feel,
always so interesting looking at these smaller races, like the superintendent of schools in Georgia, because I love the breakdown of the map. Like, why does Fred have like a dictator margins in the
Fred!
southeast?
Let's
Why
go,
does
Fred! It's Fred.
Yeah, I'm ready
Wait,
for Freddie.
we have the runoff with Sneed for the Democrats, don't we? We do.
That's right.
Oh, we have
Sneed.
Sneed in the runoff.
we
We're gonna
had
have
Sneed
Sneed.
again.
All right. So, story time. Yeah, you know Timsky in our server.
Yes.
His grandfather was actually the man who wrote the Sneed's Feed and Seed episode. I'm not joking. It is his great uncle. It is his dad's
awesome.
dad's brother. Yeah. He was kicked out of a gay bar in California in the 80s.
That's awesome.
It runs in the family for those who know Timsky.
gosh.
Anyway, I just thought that'd be funny. I'm one step removed from the origin of
Have we
seed
talked
people.
about Oklahoma's first yet? The primary there?
No.
We could probably move there 'cause I think you're
No.
going to get a pretty easy first and second place result out of there now.
Yeah, it's looking pretty.
It's looking like it's going to be
Is there a
Lamer
good
versus
one or a
versus
bad
Ted
one?
Ford.
Are there good candidates or?
Lamer's the better candidate, and he's ahead
I've
right
heard
now.
Lamer's better.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lamer, yeah, I
Lamer's
forgot.
the better
I got you,
candidate.
dumb.
He's in first by about 1.5
He's gonna
points,
win.
close to 2.
So you're telling
Um,
me Lamer is cooler?
Yeah, it's Laymeyer, by the way, but
Laymeyer, I'm sorry.
Also, Mike Collins is now winning by 10.
yeah, he's running away with this. Where's Luke at, by the way? Oh, it's gonna be down the wire.
The Trump endorsement really saved Mike Collins.
I think so.
Mm.
I mean, if another
Do
county
you think
flipped,
he loses without the Trump endorsement?
Honestly, yeah, I would have thought. I think Collins would, at the very least, it would have been a lot closer.
all right. Daniel for 10. You might call me crazy, but I'm not gonna do him completely over Oklahoma. Yes, Drummond is in first place, but so is Corn in Texas. And then what happened, the runoff. That's a good point. And this is early vote in Oklahoma, but still, Drummond should not be anywhere near the governorship. He is awful. For those that don't know, look up what Kelvin Coolidge Project said about him. He has gone off on
Isn't
him.
Drummond also like the only like actual statewide elected person running in that race? I think everyone else is either like
Drummond,
private
Drummond
citizens
is
or
terrible.
like small. He's the
I
attorney general,
trust-
if I recall.
I trust Calvin Coolidge Project because well, I mean, one, he's a very good friend of mine, and two, he is actually from Oklahoma, so he pays very close attention to those politics. Another person from Oklahoma, Twitter user Horizon, shout out to my homie, love you. They are all like super anti-Drummond.
He is terrible.
I wonder what the other people running in the race though think, because there's like 6, 8. There's a lot of people that are running.
7.
I know. Say the line, Yang.
I tried to avoid it.
6,
Guys,
7.
Also, they're not even projecting right now that Drummond's going to get first place. He's going to get second, it looks like.
Ooh, pulled the wrong one.
Jackson's up by only 10 now.
Come on, Patriots.
Yeah,
What's the
please vote
gambling
out Rick the
market
Great
saying?
Replacement Jackson and all. You know, I don't care if Don Jr. is going to be nice to him or whoever else is going to be nice to
Yeah,
him.
what the hell is Don Jr. doing? What is that about?
I have no clue. I feel like this Jackson guy's he's got money in everybody's pockets. He's got his hands everywhere. I don't know what's going on with that. But no, Burt Jones is obviously the America First patriot we need. And please, 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 you don't understand how much I love Mike Collins. Please go phone bank for him and please go out knockout for him. I don't even care if you're not from Georgia. Just like anonymously call in from fucking Oregon and be like, hello, I'm a Georgia
Oregon.
patriot. Help me, let me work for Mike Collins. We need this 6'3" Coke and peanut drinking patriot in office, please.
All right,
How about
so
the lieutenant governor race? Was there a favorite in the lieutenant governor race? Because that's also about a 10-point win.
SCOTUS will repeal birthright citizenship on Thursday.
Oh, hopefully.
I highly doubt.
I will
they-
laugh
highly
they
doubt they
do
do it.
that.
Yeah.
overturn it.
No, I'm just reading tweets on my timeline.
oh
That's
yeah,
a
I'm
dangerous
sure
thing to do.
the anonymous accounts know.
Yeah.
They know.
No, I get all my news and information from, oh shit, Freddy's been to Whataburger. This is not a drill. Freddy has been to Whataburger.
Who's Freddy?
The
The German
German
guy.
You mean who's Freddy?
Are you not ready for Freddy, you fucking fake patriot motherfucker? Go back to Poland.
So
Oh,
if none of you guys
gosh.
are familiar, there's been a bunch of European soccer players going.
Oh, that's
across
right. Yeah, I
doing
don't talk. Yeah, I get
vacations.
it now.
Yeah, and Freddie's one of the German guys that's been traveling across the country and, you know, genuinely just, you know, uplifting everyone, showing everyone, hey, we're really loving our time in America. We're loving the views, we're loving the food and everybody else. They're loving the people. And, you know, if you need an uplift, if you need to remember that you live in the best country in the world, please go watch and see how people destitute, spiritually impoverished Europeans react when they view for just a brief moment the glory of America. Just go look at it.
I saw an account from Britain say that Raising Cane's was a 9 out of 10, and I thought to myself, if Europeans think Raising Cane's is a 9 out of 10, They are in dire culinary
Bro,
strait right now.
I saw a European woman like obsess over Golden Corral.
What?
Yeah, I saw that. Like,
God bless
it-
America.
yeah,
Yeah,
honestly,
Jesus.
the Euro, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, I'm sorry. I saw a tweet. I'm just gonna regurgitate the tweet that I saw. Screw what would happen if we fed Taco Bell to a 15th century child? What would happen if we fed Taco Bell to a 21st century European? Would that kill them?
Oh my gosh. Cake up for 2 just got back. What did I miss? Mike Collins running away with it. Burt Jones has a chance. He has a fucking chance. So
Yeah, Burt Jones has a chance if Mike Pence still has the courage.
of course. Can fucking Oklahoma count their damn votes? Are you serious right now?
Why are you swearing on stream? I thought we agreed not to say swear words. My mommy watches
Oh my
these.
gosh.
I mean, in Alabama, they've counted a grand total of 500
New York
votes for the
Times calls it
Democratic
for Mike
side.
Collins, by the way. They just called
Okay.
it.
They're
Living
late,
now-
like always, but
Living in Alabama is an embarrassment of riches.
Oh, hold up. Burt Jones is now within 9.
Oh.
Come on, Jones.
what came in that gave him that boost?
I have no clue. Mark, you're the expert on this.
I'm looking. You gotta wait for my end to update.
All right, well,
'Cause
let's go back-
I've been watching the Atlanta and Atlanta suburbs, and they're pretty much all 50-60% in, which is where Jackson's majority is.
Yeah, cake up for 2. Collins up big. Looks like Luke was wrong again. Yeah, he's kicking the shit out of Dooley right now.
Wrong again award.
Derek Dooley like posted on Twitter a few hours ago. A vote for Mike Collins is a vote for John Ossoff.
I just can't get over the strategy. Okay, I get the idea you want to run a football legend, like his dad's a big name in Georgia. You run the former head coach of Tennessee to be the think about that for a second.
I don't know who needs to be told this. It's kind of it's kind of a bad idea to like. I can't really think of a comparison. It's just a stupid idea to run football coaches from other states for offices in other states. It's like
It's not like
It's
not
like if the head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs tried to like become governor of Alabama. Like, what the fuck?
No.
And the thing is-
It's like if the fucking coach of it's like if Oklahoma's coach tried to run in Texas. Like what are you doing here?
Yeah, it
Well,
would never work.
Yeah, it's not like, it's not like a Florida coach because Georgia, Florida, they hate each other, but it's like you're talking about a big rival of Georgia. And you know what his last coaching stint was? What team it was with?
Louisiana, if I remember correctly.
It was
right?
Alabama
Yeah, no, it was-
as an offensive assistant. Like, are
And,
you
and, like we
fucking
don't have
serious?
Alabama doesn't have bad blood with Georgia. Whether
I
you're
know.
talking about and we don't, but they're rivals. It's like massive rivalry.
Yeah,
Why
Tennessee,
would
same
you do
thing.
that?
That's like running from someone. That's like I just. You're talking about football fans in America. we are not afraid to take that one tweet of Trump saying there's a new face of ISIS and we know, or there's a new leader to ISIS and we know who it is, and we just quote tweet that tweet with whoever that person that we hate
Yeah.
is. You don't fuck around with football in the South.
Especially college football.
I was
That's
like college football in the South. Are you
oh my
insane?
gosh. And like we're not talking about like some Division II conference. We're talking about the SEC. They don't piss around in the SEC. And you're gonna run a head coach of Tennessee?
You ain't ready for SEC ball, kids.
Yeah.
I want
I'll
to
just say-
Collins
SEC?
officially declared victory.
Yeah. It's not as bad as like running a Michigan head coach in Ohio or whatever, but still, it's pretty bad.
Only in Ohio.
But it's like, no, seriously.
Only in
Like the
Ohio.
only ones that are worse is like you run Auburn. Well, Auburn. What you can't really say Auburn, but like
Auburn.
like Ohio State head coach runs a Michigan.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, Ohio State and Michigan, they have the biggest rivalry in football, and they literally will kill each other.
Go U of M.
Look, here,
Yeah.
yeah, we know you are the raped male. Please leave.
Go blue. Just fucking with you.
Fuck Minnesota. But anyways. Yeah, Yeah, I love how you guys have all these like badass like rivals like Ohio State and Texas and stuff, and I got Minnesota.
I
Like,
mean, look, there's three universal constants in college football. Fucking Ohio and Michigan hate each other.
Yep.
A&M and UT hate each other.
Yep.
And Texas Tech is the Israel of college ball.
well, after the recent stunt, you're not wrong. Now it'd be fair the guy quit, but still, they try to get a guy that gambled on his own games through their starting quarterback. It's like, seriously.
Honestly, kind of based.
Yeah, but people don't talk about Utah and BYU. That's a big one too.
My personal opinion is that you should be allowed to bet on games as long as the bet is that you're going to do well.
No, because here's the issue. Then like impacts your like play because like it makes you do stuff like you wouldn't usually do.
Yeah, it gives you an incentive to play better.
Yeah, but then like if you're the quarterback and you have a prop for like a big play or whatever it is, like a 50-yard pass or whatever, instead of taking the smart route, you keep doing the dumb shit.
I think you're retarded.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? Get out of here. You know what? You're the kind of person who, if you were from Texas, would say CJ Stroud is a good quarterback. Fuck you.
I didn't say CJ Stroud sucks.
I said if you were from Texas.
Gosh.
Didn't fucking listen to what I said, Award.
K-Cup for 2. That's like a Ben Johnson ran for Senate in Wisconsin. Again, you can't compare the NFL to college. College is a different animal completely. NFL, nobody gives a shit. Like there's rivals,
don't fuck with SEC fans. We'll bitch about the new fucking system. And
don't mess with SEC. Don't mess with SEC fans. We're drunk and we're racist.
There's 2 fan bases in college football.
I don't need to be drunk to be racist, brother.
Don't piss off Big Ten or SEC fans. So, anyways, American Nerd for 6. Running Dooley in Georgia, even though he coached in Tennessee, is like running Nick Saban in Ohio because he went to Kent State, even though he's associated with Alabama. Basically,
you know who you actually run? You run Tommy Tuberville in Alabama like a normal human being.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute here.
Oh, wait. Hold up. Wait, what about Tuberville? Wow, it's like Tuberville's already holding office.
Yeah, and John's an expert on that.
Is John about to get mad at me for saying Tuberville instead of Tuberville?
No, because I was muted and deafened, and I'll just pretend I didn't hear anything. But if you say it again, I'll kill everyone on this. I'll do bad things.
Tuberville.
All right, John. So I don't know at what part you deafened, but I'll say it again. There are 3 constants in college football. Michigan and Ohio hate each other. UT and A&M hate each other, and Texas Tech is the Israel of college ball.
Okay, sure.
Don't forget, like people don't forget about the religious war in Utah. Don't forget about that one.
Oh God,
it's literally a real thing
in this economy.
It's literally a real thing where like it's a religious war out there between the Mormons and non-Mormons.
The only thing I know about Mormons is they can't drink coffee and they have to soak.
Don't go to
let's not talk about that.
Yeah, well, let's not. But yeah, so kind of a quick tangent. Yeah, it's literally called the religious war or whatever, and it's like BYU versus Utah. It's literally like the close thing to like a religious conflict in America. It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, it's the Mormons versus non-Mormons in Utah. You can probably guess how that goes. Welcome back, 1800s America. Oh, Holy War. Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah, whenever we get back, like whenever Auburn actually gets a semi-decent coach, which might still be another decade away,
20 years.
Whenever that happens, you will see a blood feud awaken that you've never seen before, and it will be absolutely hilarious, but hopefully not as bad as the last time Auburn and Alabama went through each other's throats.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Well, no, like they fucking poisoned our tree.
Yeah, and then
like,
yeah. I love big rivals of football because it's always be dumb shit like that. It gets worse, then it gets better, then it gets really worse.
Like actual bioterrorism committed against Auburn from Alabama because they were that was how upset. That's how salty they were about losing that year.
Was that the
Can you
one?
Imagine?
Was that the year of the kick 6 or no?
I think that was 2013. I'll double check.
That was when the craziest play ever saw happened. That was nuts. But
I was there. I always brag about it. I was.
Oh,
there.
you were actually at that game?
That was the one game that I was at. My uncle, who's a rich doctor, gave me a ticket, and I was sitting in the. I was actually like sitting where he came into the drive, like in front of the goalpost. and I saw the whole 109-yard run. That was so beautiful. But no, it was 2010. It was 3 years prior that Toomer's Corner oak trees were poisoned.
Jesus.
Our biggest trees in Toomer's Corner were poisoned, and then Harvey Updike Jr. admitted to the crime in 2011 January. They were 80-year-old trees. 80-year-old trees.
Damn. So that's Alabama and Auburn for you. So
That's
Yeah,
Alabama
those
Auburn.
are that's Alabama for you. Alabama fans are not humans.
It's under the radar and it's low key right now because of how much Auburn sucks. But when Auburn gets a good coach, if they get a good coach in the next like 10 years, you'll see Alabama's resentful hatred and all of their dysgenic followers come out of the woodwork to attack us. I'll
Oh,
just wait for
gosh.
it.
ISIS
And
has a new leader, and we know who it is.
ISIS has dedicated his life and worship to Nick Saban, and now he's coming after us.
All right. Let's see. Cold Legs a member for 19 months. Thank you so much, good sir. Rap, you have Paul Bunyan's axe. We haven't won that shit in like 5 years. Wisconsin football sucks now. It's sad, but
Wisconsin has always sucked.
thank you. We had a couple good teams and we fell to shit. K-Cup for 5. I love Saban, but I can never root for Alabama. If they played Afghanistan, I'll be rooting for Afghanistan. Auburn alumni Charles Barkley.
That is crazy work.
Of course, Charles Barkley.
And let's
said
be
that.
let's be totally honest about it. It's not really the Alabama team for so much as it is just the fans.
Yeah.
Everybody hates Alabama. Why? Not because of the team or even really Nick Saban, even though there are reasons to hate Nick Saban. The real reason is the fans. The fans are awful. They're atrocious. They trash every place they go. They're not look. Alabama's about to become Agartha. There's no room for these people anymore. We're getting rid of them.
Well, now they're starting to
I
shouldn't
talk too much. I shouldn't talk too much about our plans, but we have plans for Alabama fans. I'm sorry.
The good
They're
news
not
for
good.
you is Alabama's starting to go to shit. So
Yeah, it's going to shit. Not for reasons I like. I think it's going to shit for bad reasons.
well, yeah, because the way college football is now, it's gonna kill itself. It'll fix it.
Look, as much as like the people that talk about it in Congress I resent them because there's so many more important things to talk about. I really actually do wish we could fix the college football trying to turn into professional football. It's really bad.
The problem is like you have to fund. You have to kill the NCAA. That's the only way you can do that. And
you have to kill the NAACP. That's what we have.
Oh
to do.
no, good lord! But yeah,
close enough.
There's a way to fix it, but like at this point, you open the can of worms with NIL, which I get the point of NIL. I'm not against it, but what's happening now where they can pay players directly if they're transferring before the season ends? It's insane. It's insane what's happening. But I am Battlefield for 2. Catholics versus convicts. Oh gosh. American Nerd for 2. The kick 6, the best play I've ever seen. Yeah, I saw it live. I remember watching that. That was like the odds of that is just so low of that happening.
Yeah. So beautiful.
Yeah.
You're beautiful, John.
It looks
You
like
guys know that AOC runs a mean pick 6?
Oh gosh.
By the way, this is totally off topic, but and I don't want to mention anything that was actually in the report. It's too disgusting. But if you have time,
have time, I know what you're talking about.
I'm just telling people on their own to go out and look at the newest report from the Inquiry in the United Kingdom. Go to Rupert Lowe's account. You can find it pretty quick. You just need to fully internalize what was said there, and it's not good. You're not gonna, your stomach's not gonna like it, but you need to read what's going on over there because we need it to not happen here. Okay.
Let's just say that basically all the issues that the UK has dealt with the last 50 years, it points back to one group basically.
The Indians. I will keep this as ambiguous and vague as possible. 11-year-old girls were used as bottle openers in the wrong ways.
Jesus. Oh my gosh.
Tyrone.
I didn't say explicitly what.
Fuck you. That was exactly what I was trying to get them to avoid saying. No, but yeah, it's disgusting, and that's not the point. The point is you need to see what crimes were committed and who, and 87% to 95% of all these people were one type of person, and you just need to understand who they were and what they do, because I promise you, it's not a scandal over here, but they're taking control of small communities in this country, and they're doing the same. I promise. There are crimes that are not being reported happening right now in those places.
It's not. It's a horrific.
And It's actually worse in America with the layout, because a lot of those groups, not only are they ethnics coming from those areas, but you also need to keep in mind we have a problem Britain doesn't have. We have the cartels, who are actual, like, real bona fide, genuine, organized crime, and their power base and all of where everything that they get, it's not coming from across the sea. It's less than 100 miles from the
And
border with
but
a
I
lot of
did
these
hear
cities.
there is I've heard some speculation that the cartels are next. So take that as you will. Anyways, I hope we just bomb the shit out of these people. These are fucking animals, the cartels. They gotta be dealt with once and for all. You can't have organizations like the cartel, not just an ocean away. They're on the southern border. They're in America right now.
Burt Jones needs to win the remaining election day vote by 12.4% to win. That is very doable for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
Um,
doable.
But yeah, it's pretty
shut the
bad.
fuck up.
It's pretty bad with
I've linked the account to Rupert Lowe in chat. If you see at Rupert Lowe 10 in the chat, like that's the
it's
account
disgusting.
that look at the pinned post on that chat and click the link, the bit link and on top of it, and you can read as much as you can stomach, because
It gets
not because
bad.
I don't want you to be grossed out. It's not the point. The point is you need to understand what happened. What if you do not fully process what happened, it will happen here. Do just please look at what happened.
Yeah, and it just, and the thing is, this has been happening for how many years back does the report go? 70 years?
The 1950. This has been happening for 76 76 years.
Yeah, but
And
like,
it was industrialized in the past 20 years.
yeah, that's a scary thing. Guys, this shit's been going on for 7 years, but really, the study goes back 70 years. 90% of this is happening in the last 20 years.
Yeah, 90% of this has happened since Tony Blair took office. Tony
Yeah.
Blair and the neoliberals, same time with Clinton in the United States.
I hate the neocons and stuff, but what the neoliberals did to the UK can never be forgiven.
Unforgivable. This is why I don't agree with letting them back into office, even if it's like electoral viability. The British neoliberals have done things to their population that Mitt Romney and John McCain could never even, like, they would probably resign before they were
Because
allowed to happen.
The thing with the assholes over here. Oh, go
And
on,
it's not just the liberal candidate characters either. It's fucking it's David Cameron. David Cameron established that Tory Lib Dem coalition. He loosened immigration restrictions.
Yeah.
Boris wave with all the immigrants coming over under him. That was absolutely unforgivable as well. Boris Johnson, who was christened as the British Trump, let in a ton of these immigrants. Rishi Sunak, responsible for a lot of this as well. The UK has not had a single good prime minister since '97. Their most inoffensive was Liz Truss, and because that is purely because she just literally didn't have the time to do anything, and she was a lame duck.
Liz Truss was a lame duck, but I also want to point out that she actually, part of the reason she was a lame duck and got kicked out quickly was because she actually was one of the only people that wanted to actually fix something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm not like glazing Liz Truss. I'm not like promoting her, but like
that's what I'm trying to tell people. It's like, yes, some of these conservatives suck, but like at least they're trying in most areas.
Anybody that tries to help or make things even slightly better in the UK right now is pushed out of the Overton window.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying. And it's like all these people, meanwhile, the opposition, it's really a matter of how evil can it get? How disgusting, how immoral can it get? Because the right's incompetent.
What's the name of Starmer's biggest opposition? Rosenbaum? I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah. Actually, hold on. Wait. I know exactly where I sent this to in a DM with someone.
All right. K-Cup for 5. Tyrone criticizes rap for swearing on stream, and also Tyrone openly talks about that stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
apologize, chat. I brought it up, but I was explicitly trying not to say, look, it makes me want to barf. I don't want to talk about it. I genuinely don't want to talk about what's inside of there, but I understand, just like how Tyrone does, that like everybody needs to actually understand
Yeah,
what
like
happened.
I don't want to talk about it because I've not read the whole thing, but from the parts I've seen, like if you're halfway sane and like you have half the heart, you would realize you would probably almost puke at some of the stuff you hear. And that's
And
like
like
this is not
I wish
speculation,
Andy
this is actual
we
Burnham.
report.
That's what
we
it
we
is.
we, we
Andy
keep
Burnham.
we keep talking about puking because it's gross, but the more important thing than it being gross, it is the horror and the greatest depths of human depravity that a first world country that used to rule the entire planet has been reduced to. People that controlled 3/4 of the world and most of the global economy. They physically owned a quarter of the world, but controlled so much trade, controlled so much of the world. Those people have been reduced to some of the most heinous, depraved, unbelievably. We talk about, oh, it's Sodom and Gomorrah. It's stuff beyond what we even imagine happening in the Bible. It's no.
It's
You
bad.
you as a person that were born in the United States, you unbelievably blessed child born in the United States are not capable of even imagining the things that are being done to little girls in the United Kingdom.
All right. American Note for 2. Was Thatcher a horrible prime minister for Britain?
No.
No.
And a lot of people will go through and try to criticize Thatcher for this or that. A lot of people think it's trendy and cool to like crap on Thatcher. Ultimately, she was someone who did not fully understand the picture of what was happening to her country,
But to be fair,
and
that was back in the 80s. Like nobody did.
she was incapable of understanding what was happening, and she tried her absolute best to actually rise. People don't realize like how bad the UK was really going economically speaking before she showed up. She lifted them up really high, and she tried to give them. This is the way that my sweetie tries to describe it. She tried to give them what we call a functional economy, something that actually functions and that can do things that economy is supposed to do, and kept UK in the game, in the major powers game, economically speaking. The problem with Thatcher was that she just didn't understand what was happening with the EEC/European Union. She didn't understand what kind of bureaucratic despotism was coming for the throat of her country. And by the time she did, it was about her last year, and just like Liz Truss, when she figured out what was happening, the powers that be snuffed her out of the
Yeah, but it's
party.
like I would also argue this is part of the reason why it took so long in America to realize some of this shit. It just sounds so insane to even suggest or even think about. It's like there's no fucking way this is going on. This is the year back then. It
There's
was
no
the
fucking way.
the 80s and 90s. It's 18 or not 1890s. Good lord, the 1990s or whatever. This never happens now. And you start listening and hearing about it. It's like what the fuck? You don't believe it for a while, then you realize, oh, it actually is happening. Happened here with all the the transgender stuff. Remember that, like 20 years ago, it was seen as, oh, it's just a minor portion of the population. They want to be left alone.
We just want to get married. We
Yeah.
just want to get married. We just want to bring healthcare to people.
And now it's
Smiley
like
face.
We
they're
just
openly
want to
admitting
give
what
you
they
healthcare,
want.
guys.
Now they're openly admitting what they want. So, K-Cup for 2. Sorry about that, gents. Also, sorry, Tyrone. It's fine. America Noted for 2. I just see Thatcher as a British female Reagan. No.
She's not the same. I would even kind of like give more compliments to Thatcher than Reagan, even though, and it's again, we kind of go back and forth between this. There's things to, the positive things Reagan did, there's negative things Reagan did. The most positive thing I will ever say about Ronald Reagan is that we had a despicable, disgusting, subversive enemy across across the world, and they did irreparable damage to our country, to the West, that we have never recovered from. We are literally never recovering from it. Every single time you see a Democrat say something heinous, disgusting, anti-American, and destructive, the Soviet Union is in part to blame for it, even though they have been gone for over 30 years. It is that bad. The things they did to our country, dissolving it from the inside out, have never been recovered from, and we have, and like this is what this is part of what we're fighting against. We're fighting against their subversive influence in our countries. And you may ask, like, why do you blame it all on the Soviet Union, John? Why do you blame it on this country that doesn't even exist anymore, John? Because for almost a century, they were putting people in every single court of cultural power, of political power. They were sticking themselves everywhere.
Yeah, people.
And they were and they inverted and subverted the very ethos of our society. And that is what the Democrat Party is today.
And because I would argue the Soviet Union as a country, yes, it is gone. It's been gone for 20 plus or 30 years now at this point.
Yeah.
But really, as a institution, as like a idea, it's still there as an institution across the world. Like John brought up, like look at these nutcases on the left.
So there's a really
They are
cool thing.
representative. They are sorry. The Soviet Union will, in a way, continue to exist no matter what because they are the textbook example of global international communism. They have always been like that. They will continue to be like that. China will never be accepted as a communist country because their form of communism is just Chinese cultural supremacy with Maoist aesthetics and flavor because Mao was virtually indistinguishable from a peasant rebellion. He just adopted 19th century European aesthetics and aid for the Soviet Union to win. A lot of I'll say this going back as far as with it. Remember the Hollywood 10? Remember how McCarthy got grilled for the Hollywood blacklist, and then literally less than a decade later, it was revealed that yes, in fact, everybody who was on the blacklist was actually a communist in touch with the Soviet Union.
That was the moment that if we would have actually hammered on that in the 50s when it was still like in its infancy, I don't think we would have dealt with the same issues. I think we would have avoided a lot of shit.
They would probably still be in corners of Hollywood, corners of like media.
Well, they're always going to be.
News
They're always
stations, but they're always going to be. But they would have been kicked out of our government, and so much would have.
And they're
I need to announce this now. Decision Desk has called Rick Jackson the winner.
Shit.
Fuck.
Shit.
I want to say too. Well, I was gonna say that Jones is doing better than Collins in some of the suburbs, but I don't think there's enough of the vote left for him.
But yeah,
he's actually doing better than Jackson and DeKalb.
I'm really happy that I'm really happy that we're still at the point in Republican politics where you could just buy yourself to the nomination.
It's getting a lot harder though.
No matter how much.
It's not even just the Republicans though. You see that with Democrat seats, especially here in California, all the time.
Yeah, but like John was saying, like these institutions and groups, they would have been completely neutered if it wasn't for us fucking up if we would have dealt with it right away. It would still exist. You're never going to stop it. It's a cancer that never goes away. But
yeah, and it's just one of those things. And I think if you really want to understand Soviet influence, a lot of it has been covered up in the United States and in Western Europe, but it's actually pretty blind and out in the open. If you want to go look at East Africa, Southeast Africa, if you want to go look at pieces and places of Soviet influenced Middle East, if you want to go and look at the history of those places, and kind of like look over what was happening, you will get a more clear picture of what we're talking about. And the reason it's more clear is just simply because they don't see a reason to cover it up. Like, you are not going to go randomly learn about like random fucking countries like Zimbabwe or Tanzania or fucking like any of these like random ass African countries.
Rhodesia in my heart.
You're not going to learn about any of this shit. You're not going to, but that's what they think. They think you're too stupid to actually learn about the history of these places. But if you go and you learn about Soviet influence in East Africa, I think it's like the easiest textbook education you can get for how these people act. And then you take that learning and you go, oh, they were doing that slightly differently in the States, in the UK, in France. And then a lot of stuff will start making sense. So that's what I would say. The point of what we were talking about, though, Reagan did destroy them. Reagan closed the book on their chapter of life.
Their main power base too.
So thank you, Reagan, for killing the Soviet Union.
I would argue though they're already a corpse at
I
that
mean,
point.
to really talk
They
about just how
were, but I
pervasive.
don't think they would have died without Reagan. I think they would have kept
Yeah.
limping along. They might have given up
They would
Germany or
have
parts of
they would have
Eastern
had a
Europe,
civil war, I
but
think, at some point. But
maybe I can see that.
just because the
but
problem is,
you
like,
would have, they would have still existed.
by
I
the
think.
80s, like the economy was just so dog shit. Like they were holding up for decades, but at that point, it's like there's only so much you can do with their shit system. And the only way they could have got out of that is if with a China style system. That was never going to happen. So
Yeah, I think really briefly back on the communism stuff to explain just how pervasive communism was. Like the House Un-American activities, which everybody sees as just like totally going against the communists. One of the founders of HUAC, I think Harry Dexter White was his name. He was revealed to be a CCP agent.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
they were infiltrating everything. That's what McCarthy was warning everybody about. Like, hey, there's literal spies in the government, and they're everywhere. That's what he's trying to warn people
Also,
about.
I mean, all the questioning of like Hollywood, like McCarthy had nothing to do with that. All of his stuff was over communists in the government. It was the House that was investigating all like communists in Hollywood and in the entertainment
because they
industry.
know they were more fearful of what McCarthy was doing. What he was exposing was more dangerous to them. And that's why their machine ramped up. They are lucky that I died. So it's just incredible. Like if they would actually listen to McCarthy, all these problems would have been sorted out in the 50s and 60s. But that's a different story.
Yeah, if I recall, it's a really famous film, On the Waterfront, is actually an allegory on communists basically selling each other out in order to like basically like be okay. It was because Elia Kazan was a former communist who testified at HUAC.
If you're trying to get something useful and actionable out of the conversation we've been having, chat, I just want you to internalize this. Internalize that being like civilizationally suicidal is not an organic political position. Actively trying to undermine the majority of your society is not an organic political position. Actively trying to destroy and replace your society with other people, endlessly chasing economic benchmarks instead of prosperity, and having this turn where hegemony is constantly attacked, the family is attacked, all of this is attacked. That's not organic, and it's so terrible that even the Soviet Union itself didn't try to do that to itself. It tried to avoid it in every single way.
Initially with
but
Lenin, but
so domestically they tried to do it with themselves. And what my point is, what they taught their enemies to do and what they taught themselves to do were two entirely different things. And that is because they knew what would be poison and what would destroy their enemies, and they knew what they would do it. Like there are modern Russian policies. You ever wonder why there's like based Russian accounts? Like at based people.
Russians.
It's not just because of people like converting to Orthodoxy or anything like that. These people come out of the woodwork because there are things that come out of Russia where they have to say, hey, actually, we recognize our own poison. We recognize the thing we tried to kill the other half of the planet with, and we reject that. We don't want that in our society. We don't want to destroy ourselves the way you guys were destroying yourselves because we taught you to do that. Like literally, they are immune to some of the stuff that the cultural things they did, because they were the progenitors, they were the creators, they were the thinkers of it. And yeah, no, if you need proof, if you don't want to believe me like talking out of my ass, go look up what the original civil rights, whether it's black people or gay people, look up what the original movements in the Western Europe against American influence. Look at what these places were called. They named themselves after communist fronts in Africa, in Asia.
No, that's a conspiracy, John.
In places where the Soviet Union was trying to take over, they were infatuated and actively tried to replicate and mimic these communist front groups across the planet. And the only reason they ever changed all their names and and everything else in their messaging was because they realized it was like schizophrenic and retarded, and they had to like at least pretend to be pro-American. Like that was that was it. It was just a message change. That the interior didn't change. And so, anyways, I'm
All right.
sorry. I'm
No,
giving you guys
it's
too much
fine.
homework.
It's fine. And no, it's a good point. People need to understand that this is a problem that we're finally starting to deal with. And thankfully, the generation we're dealing with now, these people are stupid. These people are incompetent. They're delusional. They have no clue what they're doing.
Yep.
So
we also have more votes out of Alabama now, where we can get more of a sense
it
of the
looks like
race.
Barrymore's going to hold on.
Yeah.
It's gonna probably be within 10, but he's gonna hold on.
I
Anyways,
mean, he's winning Montgomery right now.
yeah, if he's winning
by
Montgomery,
a lot.
the more they count the votes, the more it's getting more friendly for Moore. So, anyways,
Moore.
Here, John, I want to show you.
Riley
this.
Moore for has.
I was gonna
We
say
asked-
like actual electoral conversation. Barry Moore is the more experienced candidate. He has more like legislative experience. I know we had some Jared Hudson fans out there,
He's
but ultimately
fine.
this is Barry Moore is good because it seems like he's going to follow everything Trump tells him to do, and also he has more experience, so there's not going to be this slow period where he's trying to figure out what the fuck his job is. He's gonna pop in, know what to do. So
All right, I got a bunch of super
Is
chats.
Barry Moore somewhat of like a Trump yes man, or
Yes, he's actually
yes,
good.
he kind of has to be. He lives in Alabama,
All right,
but yeah, no, he
I
is
just don't know if he has like a personality of his own.
no, he
not
doesn't.
really. No,
Riley Moore has been a member for 45 months. Oh, this is a big story I want to talk about. I completely forgot about this. The FBI has busted an explosive drone terror plot that targeted Trump's UFC freedom. Yeah, we gotta talk about that. So, investigate Thomas Massey. I swear to God, this is insane. So basically, for those that don't know, a bunch of schizophrenics were trying to firebomb the UFC event at the White House, blow it up with drones and stuff because they were convinced Trump is an agent of Epstein.
It's
part of the Epstein
insane
class.
how you can't tell if this person is a leftist or a Massey cultist.
Investigate these fucking people. I
If
swear
they're
to
if
God.
they're a leftist or a retard
This was
right
always
member.
the issue. Listen, I want the Epstein file stuff released like we all do, but at some point, when you hyperfixate on this single issue for, at this point, God, how many months at this point of this? 14 months?
Easily over a year, yeah, 14.
But it's like they
15
keep
months.
thinking about it and they believe their own horse shit, and now they're convinced we have to stop Trump. It's the same garbage with Russiagate. They convince these schizophrenics that Trump's an agent of Putin and they have to do something about it. The same nonsense. And that's why, like, this whole thing is insane. And you notice all these, like, plots and shootings and stuff, nearly all of them are connected to the Epstein stuff. They are all thinking Epstein is everywhere. Like, he is, like, everything. Epstein is currently, like, every person in existence. It's just insane.
We are Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
We carry the files.
Oh gosh, American Note for 2. Well, Georgia's screwed now if Jackson's a winner. No, I wouldn't go that far. American Note for 6. Was the Soviets screwed even without Reagan? Like, was the point of Nixon going to China was to screw over the Soviets long term? I would argue by the late 90s they're done. There's no fucking way. It's delayed by a decade. That's my take. That's my opinion at least. But
I personally, I understand the move that Nixon made with bringing the China card in, making two powers go against the Soviets, making them overspend and destroy their economy, overspend and everything. It was very smart, but what the U.S. did afterwards was deepen relationships with China where we should have stopped. We should have stopped the minute the Soviets fell.
It should have been.
But instead, we deepened the relationship and integrated them into the global economy, which allowed for the Rust Belt to rust out.
The whole point of Nixon's strategy was to get an enemy of my enemies, my friend. That was the whole point. Like, you guys hate the Soviets more than we do. Let's work. Let's have an agreement. Let's be friends a little bit.
Basically, the logic was the United States is the global economy at that point, or it's the main economy of the world, and that we can engage in these, trade deals that benefit these like lesser countries, but that's okay because it's basically getting those countries under our sphere of influence over the Soviets. And that was okay for a little bit, but the problem is the Soviet Union no longer exists. And we continued it, and as a result, we've lost a lot of our, core manufacturing. We've lost a lot of jobs here at home, and yeah. it led to like again the situation that led us to where we had to elect Trump to bring at
Fix
least
it.
some of this back for us.
American Nerd for 2. Was everyone in Hollywood in the 50s communist? Oh, hell no.
No,
No. Walt
no,
Disney definitely wasn't.
Jimmy Stewart, Gary Cooper, Frank Capra, just to name a few.
These guys were
way more beyond that.
not just not communists, they were like, let's kill the communists.
Yeah, it's not right to say that everyone in those
No.
leftist institutions at the time was an evil communist that was hell-bent on American destruction. There were a lot of them there, obviously, but it was not everyone. I mean, I think even Reagan was around Hollywood at that time.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Like, and he was one of the most anti-communist people to ever live, despite anything else he did.
Walt Disney by that point was also like extremely
Walt Disney was going around
anti-communist.
like exposing shit. It's like, and that's the issue. Like, we should have listened to people like Disney, and we didn't. And by the way, look at Disney's company. It's sad what happened, but
John Wayne was also
John
conservative.
Wayne. All these people
Christian Hines talks about this really well when he talks about the he had some videos on this and on the podcast that he does, which I recommend you guys watch. The Long March of the Institutions, where what they did is they essentially abandoned the whole class war aspect of communism and instead just said, we're going to take over everything that allows your country to function, and we're just going to use it for our own purposes.
Yeah.
We don't care about this whole class revolution thing. We're just going to slowly degrade
you notice
and
now,
it's a very smart strategy.
But now, because they have a bunch of dumbasses running these groups, they're going back to stuff that's unpopular. The class warfare nonsense, the garbage about all those other nonsense that nobody likes, communism. When you think of communism, you think of this shit.
Again, the evolution of the West, the evolution of communism and progressivism and socialism in the West went from Star Trek, which if you guys haven't seen the Feral Historian's video about Star Trek being yesterday's progressivism, strongly recommend it. It came out recently. It's a really, really fucking good. I'm a lifelong... Huh?
Who made it?
Feral Historian. He's a really good guy.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, no,
yeah, please send that to me.
Yeah, for those who are unaware, I'm a massive Trekkie. You contrast and compare like the 60s I don't want to say classical liberal, but like the 60s non-progressive, non-communist liberal, like actual pre-Soviet infiltration liberal ideology through like Star Trek versus the modern liberalism of today. With modern progressivism and modern communism, you can have whatever economic ideology you want. You could be a corporatocratist progressivist, but as long you could literally be a class struggle hardcore communist who believes in all the tenets of Marxism and Leninism. But if you dare counter-signal gay rights or trans rights or women's liberation, you are a reactionary. Communism is not an economic thing anymore. It is a social ideological thing.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of what it always was. But now they're bringing the very insane stuff back into the fold, like it was under like Lenin and stuff. So
a lot of the French thinkers of the communist side, rather than the Russian thinkers, were the ones who brought in those social ills. Not to say the Russians didn't, but the French were the ones who really pushed for that, and that's why it has a much bigger effect in the West now.
This shit has,
and also if you look to Marx wanted like a more gradual shift away from feudalism to capitalism and then communism, while the Russians went immediately from feudalism to communism, and so they kept a lot of their social conservative tendencies, even though the Soviet Union was like the first country to liberalize abortion, for example.
They actually had a reactionary period where they had capitalism with with Lenin's new economic plan. Nerd emoji.
But yeah, the whole thing with with Lenin stuff, it just. But now they're going back to the insane stuff, which again, the funny thing is this has its roots back to the French Revolution. For those that know, they know. But you want to see crazy stuff. We talk with it sometimes. For the French Revolution, that's where the crazy shit really started in the last 300 years. That's where the insane stuff destroy the culture. It's all bad. That's where it really originates from.
Well, yeah, the communists are were the ideological successors of the Jacobins.
Yeah, and and the more, even the crazier ones, and that's saying something. Jacobins are crazy. They picked the most radical Jacobins possible to be successors for. So it's not good. Daniel for 5. The battle for control between the old guard and young blood goes all the way back to Plato. However, I get the sense that it's been worse than ever. Yeah, I agree. Daniel for 5. Gen Z and Gen Alpha are trying to pave the way to put America first, but the boomers are fighting tooth and nail to keep us in the Cold War mindset. Yeah, that's a problem. Daniel for 2. Hard question. Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Oh, Lord of the Rings. Easy.
Lord of the Rings.
I'm not like
Lord of the Rings.
I'm not against Harry Potter or whatever.
And I
but
say this as someone who's been like a lifelong Harry Potter fan, but like Lord of the Rings is just
Lord
better.
of the Rings is just it's I love it. Again, I'm nothing against Harry Potter, but it just I think Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
is better.
Messi just scored. Guys, Messi scored.
Oh shit.
Oh, Messi.
Messi scored. He just scored.
American Order for 2. Tyrone, do you think Star Trek is a communist world?
No.
No.
No, it's
No.
no, it's
Oh
it's
my God.
It's an
I could-
idealist one.
liberal world.
I could rant about Star Trek
No.
and what it actually is, but I'm not going to because I'm playing
Again,
Blue
I'm not
Archive
a
and
big
it's
Star
election
Trek
night.
person, but
I would argue that the biggest
It's
issue they have in
idealist.
Star Trek is that they allow aliens to live.
Thank you, Brandon. Very cool.
but like the whole thing with Star Trek is it's more of an idealist.
He wants to
take.
violate the Prime Directive.
It's an idealist future, kind of. So
The original Star Trek was basically like the liberal idealist future.
Yeah.
That's the best way to.
Yesterday's
And
progressivism.
I like the original Star Trek, and I think a lot of the
I gotta
Star
watch
Trek
Star
movies
Trek.
are pretty good.
but just the new ones are just shit.
I mean, I don't hate the J.J. Abrams Star Trek films, but they are
I
not
hate the
like
JJ
Star.
films.
They are not Star Trek at all. Like they're basically an attempt to transform Star Trek into Star Wars.
Yeah, and they're not.
Well, I mean,
anyways,
What if Route
What
66 it
was
was
it-
called Route 67? Wouldn't that be funny?
shut up.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
one.
Pretty based.
Yep.
What was that mayor for DC? Because I see the Washington mayor
Oh,
thing
I
is
completely
today.
forgot
Marion
about
Barry,
that.
the guy that
Haven't
smoked crack.
counted. They haven't counted any votes yet, despite the
What
fact
the
that polls have closed
fuck?
hours ago. But who was the candidate that Trump said like he would do something if they won?
I forgot.
Wasn't it the
I
Indian
don't
lady?
remember. Yeah, it was some woman where he said if she won, he would like.
Janice Lewis
Re-
George.
Yeah, that's one he intervened with.
I
American
just wanted to comment on that because I was waiting for them to count votes, and it's
Nothing.
been 2 or 3 hours, and they've counted
it's
nothing.
DC. What do you expect? These freaking assholes can't count shit.
Yeah. Also,
What
look at
do you
percent. Look at what percent of the vote Kevin Hearn has.
Motherfucker. You 676.
It
Oh,
wasn't even
okay.
close with Kevin Hearn. He
The
just came in
$15
and won
minimum
every
wage
single
bill.
county.
Because nobody
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
go
minimum wage
against
bill
him.
completely tanked.
Yeah, the minimum wage for Oklahoma, the only places that have voted yes for the 15 minimum wage are Cleveland, Oklahoma, and Tulsa counties. That's it.
Cleveland. The county Cleveland.
Cleveland
Yes,
is a
yes.
college town. College
Yeah.
county.
is Cleveland.
But
Cleveland
here's the thing that
Brown,
surprises me
and
about
I
that,
am
though,
proud to
is
be.
Cleveland only voted yes by like 9 points. It was a win, sure, but if you want
best
yes
friend
to
is
pass
from
in
Cleveland.
Oklahoma, you got to win by like 30.
All right.
Yeah. no.
American Order for 6. The French Revolution was a good idea, but awful in execution, especially for people like Robespierre. He and the Jacobins were insane. Well, there was just like America, there are right-wing revolutionaries and left-wing revolutionaries. You got stuck with the nutcases. Originally, you had the sane people, but then they fucked up. And then you end up with the nutcases.
The same people were the ones who were in charge at first, the ones who wanted to let the king live. There was even
Yeah.
some factions who wanted to put the king back on the throne, but make him sort of similar to what England had.
They should have done.
It's just those people were the first to be purged when the more left-wing sides took over.
And I think people need to understand too that like there was a very big difference between the revolution in the United States versus the revolution in France. The revolution in France was against the absolute monarchy, so like it was specifically against the king, where the revolution in the United States was more about revolution against British Parliament rather than King George,
and
at
not
least
just
initially.
that. Again, I would argue the American one was more of a right-wing one. and the French one was
Well,
more left wing.
it was like
So
the main concern was no taxation without representation, and also like just getting annoyed with the British basically sticking their noses into like all like every aspect of like American life. They're like, okay, we're done with this.
yeah, it sucks what happened with because the French Revolution, if it was actually like, well, you could argue Napoleon was successful, but if they actually went the sane route with the king and stuff, you're
Well,
talking
and
about
the
a
thing is, like
completely different
King Louis the
society.
16th was not as bad as like I think it was King Louis the 14th, who he was the one who was very like brutal
Well, the
with
problem,
the French
the
citizens.
problem with him is
King Louis the 16th like tried to do
he tried,
at
but the
least a
problem is
little bit.
the problem with him is like he didn't know what he was doing, and
Yeah.
the other big problem was he had a bunch of yes men around him, and he basically asked them to do their jobs, like be an advisor, and they gave him shit advice, and he didn't really take command of stuff. So, anyways,
Thank you.
I'm Battlefield for 5. You guys saw that there's gonna be a movie based on an officer on January 6th. I saw that. It's gonna be a January
Mm.
6th movie. American Earth for
I'm sure
6.
so it's probably gonna be one of those films where the critics love it and the audience is just completely bash
1%
it.
from the viewers.
Me and the
So,
boys showing up for the Jan 6th fit.
yeah, it's celebrated. American Nerd for 6. I remember some people said that Star Trek is a communist world because they don't use money, but it's because it's in the post scarcity
Okay,
society.
that is absolutely incorrect. Star Trek does not use currency. Yes. However, they don't use money. Yes. However, there was still currency in Star Trek. Your currency is your reputation, and it is good word of mouth. I know that's a little bit naive and idealistic, but that is how Star Trek handles it. There is still a form of currency. It is simply your reputation and what you have done for the Federation. It is what you have done for Starfleet. Is what you have done for the people.
You scratch my back, I scratch your back. So,
Precisely.
and NBC News calls it for hold on. Did I mess something up here? Hold on, let me pull this up. Georgia governor Rick Jackson just won. The latest dump was not good enough for Jones.
It's over.
Yeah, I mean, well,
It's
I
gonna
mean,
be very
it
close.
looked that way about 10% ago, but
I mean,
like
look
it's
at this.
just
He got it within 5. It's gonna get even closer. So
yeah, I think it'll continue getting closer, but I this probably looks like probably about like a 4-point win
yeah.
for Jackson is my guess.
American Nerd for 6. Tyrone, would you agree that Mass Effect is what modern progressive sci-fi is?
I have not played Mass Effect.
I haven't either. I heard it's shit.
I have not either.
American Nerd
I don't care for it either. I'm
American
not a
Nerd
fan
for
of story
6.
games like
Well,
that.
I know I've heard good things about the first 3, and then Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, they
heard
went
was
to
a complete
shit. It's like most other
catastrophe.
games. American Nerd for 6. The Jacobins wanted to off Lafayette, a hero of the American Revolution, because he was a nobleman who was a moderate. Well, yeah, they were insane.
Well,
The worst
I
thing,
believe they also imprisoned Thomas, Thomas Paine, who was very pro French Revolution early on, and then eventually, yeah,
well, yeah, these not. I mean,
not good enough.
look up what they did in there was 2 horrific things where they killed a bunch of like kids and stuff. Like these French revolutionaries.
There's also the stuff with the Carmelites as well too.
Yeah, but like look it up. It was like there was a bunch of like counter-revolutionaries going against the French government, and there's one city where this nutcase Jacobin or whatever, he like chained a bunch of women and children to a sinking boat. And even for the Jacobins, it was too much for them.
Yeah,
But
I remembered hearing one story
That's what was
about
going on there.
like some Jacobins like forcing like a bunch of nuns to just like drown themselves or something.
Yeah.
And that might be the thing you were talking about.
But it was women and children. They did that, and then they went to that one prison in Paris. They executed all the nobles because they were going insane. They thought, oh, they're all counter-revolutionaries.
Yeah. You know, basically all the radical aspects of the Enlightenment came from France, and all the moderate aspects came from England, generally speaking.
Ben Ballway for 2. Disclosure Day was one of the most evil movies ever. I don't know what's in the movie. I heard there's some really anti-Christian stuff. I heard.
Well, I remember Steven Spielberg was like saying something like that. This film will make Christians question their faith, and I'm like, we've
How?
had films about aliens before.
It's fucking how.
What are you talking?
I'm
Like,
so confused. Like, okay, if aliens are real, how does that disprove God or Christianity?
yeah, like wow, aliens being real in in the fictional movie that you created.
Aliens
Man,
being
I'm
real, I
really
think, is
just doubtful now.
compared to what's in the Bible, especially the Old Testament. I think that's tamed. So, rap turn they oversimplified. Well, I just know about the story. It's like they sunk a bunch of children and women to a boat and they killed like 1,000 of them. It was insane. And they kept chopping people's heads off left and right. They got rid of the calendar. They made a quote unquote atheist religion that
Oh
mysteriously was
yeah,
like a cult.
the cult of reason.
Yeah, and it was atheistic, so atheist that it was like Robespierre as like the head guy. Funny how that works.
And then they later executed Robespierre
Yeah,
as well.
because even for the Jacobins, he was going nuts. He was saying, "Oh, you look at me, you're dead," and they just said, "Fuck you, you're dead."
Yeah, like you may. I mean, there's criticisms of Napoleon, but Napoleon absolutely put an end to the insanity of the French Revolution.
It would just kept going. It would have just kept going on forever, and not good. What's wrong with the Old Testament? Oh, I'm not saying anything's wrong with the Old Testament, but like aliens being real, compared to some of the stuff in the Old Testament, I don't see how that shakes anyone's faith. Like all the crazy shit.
I mean, the biggest question of the Old Testament is probably the Nephilim.
Yeah, it's like I interpret them as
You're looking at him, buddy.
yeah. I always interpreted them as fallen angels, but that's just an interpretation.
That's. I mean, I think that seems to be what Scripture generally says about them.
Which you could argue they're just fucking aliens. So I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's other interpretations that's other people. It was other humans that didn't have souls or whatever. But it's. I'm not gonna get into it. So.
I mean, the theories I've generally heard is like it's fallen angels who like laid with women and basically created like almost demigod like people. I mean, it's basically it's a whole different can of worms. But that's just.
Well, I would actually believe that
big things of it.
because it would explain some of the legends we have, like world history. But
Yeah.
like it would explain like Zeus or whatever. I'm not saying that's real or whatever, but
Zeus! Zeus!
my life is yours.
Donald
know.
Trump, my life is yours if you Republican head AOC on the front line.
Gosh. I have Battlefield for 5. In the words of oversimplified, chop, 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 chop. Yep. Ben Ballway for 2. Literally only trust cable TV and non-con empathy. Okay. Not corny. But yeah, it's just the whole thing with the whole like this whole religious stuff. I'm still trying to figure out how does aliens disprove Christianity?
I think I think it's supposed to be essentially that if there's aliens out there, it implies that there are other planets, and so therefore it means that like we're no longer the center of the universe or whatever.
Okay, we have fallen angels and we have these giant people that show up. Like that apparently is fine, but aliens showing up is too far. Like what? This whole thing, it doesn't. You can tell Spielberg does not know anything about Christianity except like the BoomerCon talking points about it.
Well, yeah, I mean he's a liberal Jewish guy.
Well,
Of course,
yeah.
he's not going to know much about Christianity.
He should like it's stupid. But yeah, can you just imagine? Yes, aliens pull up, and that proves what? I don't know. American Noted for 6. I like Spielberg as a director, but he has made a good movie in like 10 years. He probably needs to take the George Lucas approach and retire. Yeah, I
think Scorsese's the better. Scorsese's the better director, by the way.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean Spielberg kind of was the guy that created the the big huge box like blockbuster films.
Blockbuster.
Where
like, summer
Scorsese was
blockbusters.
known for like obviously the more big dramatic
Here's
films.
what I'll say. I think Spielberg his movies are more entertaining to watch. I like them more, but they're not like a masterpiece or whatever. So, all right.
Well, I mean that's generally always been Spielberg's
Well,
thing.
yeah.
It's always been like more like they're almost like thrillers. You
Yeah,
could
they're
say
fun.
where Or like Scorsese's films are like more. It's almost like talking about like water versus like fine
Yeah, you
wine
can't
in a
compare the
way.
two.
Where that's the
Uh,
best way I would describe it.
let's see. God created the heavens referring to the sky, planets and stars are the sky. Nothing against God creating other things in the heavens with those. Yeah, it doesn't disprove anything. I'm just, it's dumb. It just boomer con slop, like usual. So, all right. As we get more results, I think Georgia, we can kind of call it. I think Rick Jackson, Burt
Mhm.
Jones had momentum, but he did not have enough. He got killed in the early vote too much. As
Yeah,
for
I think if this had
Alabama,
happened like a week later or
he would have
something, then
won.
he probably would have won.
I think
But
I think Barry Moore is going to win. I think it's clear that
he,
outside of Birmingham, he's just demolishing this guy.
yeah, I think a lot of these like smaller Hudson leads are probably going to flip to Moore
And
at some
the big
point.
one I was looking at is Madison County. This is Huntsville. This is I consider this to be the swing county. It's a very Republican area. It's a large area. Barrymore got 34% here. Jared Hudson got 22%. So is Barrymore plus 12 in the first round. A very strong area for Marshall also. Well, here's the issue. Right now, Moore's up by 18.
With
So
52% of the vote in.
yeah, it's
And
even more.
Moore is also killing it in Montgomery right now too.
Yeah, so it's over. American Order for 2. I disagree as Jaws one of the best movies ever. You can't compare Jaws to most other movies. You just can't. Jaws is a good movie. I'm not denying that, but you can't deny you can't compare Jaws to all these
I've
other
never seen
great.
Jaws.
What?
I've seen Jaws.
It's
I think Jaws is pretty good.
it's entertaining. Again, it's another movie that's entertaining. It's actually good too. So.
I wouldn't call it one of the best
Yeah, I wouldn't
films
call it.
ever made, but I think it's a good film that like again set up like thrillers and like the huge like box office film
That was
like
kind of the one
films
that
would
did
cost
that.
like so much money.
That was kind of the one that
I
started.
mean,
that
Star
trend.
Wars was more important than Jaws, I think, in
But
that
Jaws got
regard.
off
But
the-
Jaws was still important.
Because wasn't Jaws before Star Wars?
Jaws was before. Jaws, I think, was like a year before Star Wars.
It was the one that kind of gave these studios realization that, oh, wait a second here, there might be money.
Well,
to be made
because
here.
like Steven Spielberg and George Lucas were
2 years.
friends.
2
Okay.
years.
All right,
Shit!
2
Actually,
years.
its 51st anniversary is in 4 days.
Damn.
Wow.
All right,
Cool.
so I think with all the results, basically, and Oklahoma, it's going to be between Drummond and Mazie. So Alabama, it's over. As for Georgia governor, it could maybe get closer, but there's just not enough votes for Jones. It's 90% in. Damn it. He can't.
Yeah.
I mean, considering how big a lead Jackson had, this, yeesh. Let's see. Jaws
Yeah,
was
I
70.
mean,
Sorry.
he would need to flip like some of these suburban
No,
counties.
there's
and
not
just-
enough votes.
The other problem too is Jones did not get the margins he needed in some of these rural counties either.
Yeah. If he had the rural margins, he would have won. Let's see. Jaws was 75 and New Hope was 77. Yeah, those two really got the shit going, but A New Hope obviously was the bigger one for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Jaws just got it going. So, but yeah. The mid-late 70s had good movies. And now, actually, this year's not been bad for movies, actually.
I was gonna say, I mean, Project Hail Mary, Obsession, Backrooms. I mean, we're still gonna need crappy
Mandalorian and
films.
Grogu.
Yeah, I mean that's
The Supergirl
crap.
movie's gonna be shit.
that looks like garbage. I
What
think that's
are they
also gonna
doing?
bomb horribly.
What is James Gunn doing over there? That's my question.
I don't know. I mean, I think the Odyssey is gonna do a lot worse than people think.
It's
I
gonna
think it's
bomb.
gonna do fucking awful.
I think it's gonna bomb because again, like, first of all, Odyssey is like I know a lot of people know some of the stories about Odyssey, but when you think of Odyssey, do you think blockbuster hit right off the bat? No, not really.
No.
And I know it's Christopher Nolan, but guys, Oppenheimer.
Christopher Nolan has never been good. The only good thing he's ever made was the Dark Knight trilogy.
I would
go
disagree with
that
that,
far,
but like
but-
I think some people he has certain issues as a director. Like I think sometimes his characters can be
Shit.
stiff and stuff, but I think he I think the problem with the Odyssey is he bit off more than he could chew, and all the DEI hiring I think
Well,
is
that
really
was
what's
the
going to
issue.
kill him
It's
for
like
this film.
the Odyssey could be you have to do it right. If you fuck it up, you're done. Pack it up, go away. He screwed it
And
up with the
also, I
casting.
mean, the Odyssey is a very packed story. It's
Well,
the type
yeah.
of thing where honestly there should be 2 films for it.
Even a trilogy, if you really want to go that far. I mean, just
Because
you,
like I mean the first part of the Odyssey is basically just the end of the Iliad, so like
well, yeah, it
that
should have been a
already could be its
trilogy.
own separate film.
It should have been a trilogy. And you look at who's in the cast. Yes, there's some good names in there, but why the fuck is Tom Holland here or Zendaya?
I
When-
mean, I'm less bothered by Tom Holland. I'm more bothered by like Lupita Nyong'o,
yeah.
however you say her name, Ellen Page.
Why is
but
Travis Scott doing the soundtrack?
that's a disaster.
What-
Also, the fact that they're not doing the Trojan horse in the film, yet then they're selling like a Trojan horse popcorn thing.
It's in
like,
like
what
you
is-
have
like,
Hans
what's
Zimmer
going
right
on here?
there. Why not use Hans Zimmer? Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what? Seriously, what's the appeal of this movie? What's the
What
appeal?
are we doing here?
Well, and
I
also, like,
think-
didn't like didn't the Greek government get like really upset
Yes.
at Nolan for not using like any actual Greeks in the film either?
Well, it's like, yeah, it's okay. When you think of the Odyssey, it's Greece, obviously. Do you think of again Tom Holland? Fine, but these other people, it's like that's not Greece in the freaking 1000 BC or whatever. Like seriously? And you look at the costumes and stuff. That is not that is not ancient Greece. That is not that time period at all. It's terrible. He want to be historically authentic, yet he cast these people and the everything looks like shit. The only unique thing about this movie is the IMAX part. And again, who cares about IMAX? There's like 5 people that actually care about that stuff. So it's changed the way it's being filmed, like the IMAX stuff, but I don't know. I think it's gonna bomb. Like Oppenheimer got lucky because there's been so many
drops on your head right now.
like I would argue Oppenheimer got lucky because of a couple of reasons. One, at that point, we were in a drought for a good movie. Because before Oppenheimer, what was the last legitimately good movie? Like actually good.
I mean, I don't know. I thought Joker was pretty great.
Okay, that's-
1917 was pretty great. I felt
That was 3 or 4 years before. We were in a drought. You had COVID.
Maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, but you had the
I did enjoy the Matt Reeves Batman film.
well, yeah,
quite
but
a bit.
you can't really compare comic book stuff to yeah,
Yeah.
you can't. Okay, you look at that. Oppenheimer was the first post-COVID movie that was actually really good, and not just Barbie or whatever. No, it's a good movie. And then you had the Barbenheimer stuff, whatever it's called. I forgot the name of it. And it was a giant.
Well, and
meme.
also, like, I mean, I was gonna say the whole Barbenheimer effect, I think, is kind of what saved Oppenheimer at the box office. Because if not, it probably would have had similar, it probably would have raised about the same amount of money as Tenet did.
It would have broke even because it was such a good movie, and it is Nolan. But yeah, he got lucky. He got luckier than shit.
Yeah, I don't remember how well Dunkirk did at the box office. I thought it did decently
okay.
well, but I don't remember.
I think the Odyssey's gonna fail miserably. Because who's hyped for it? I was originally because like Christopher Nolan directed the Odyssey. Fuck yeah! And then you look at who they're casting. And
I
you
just
look at what they're
think
doing.
I just really think the Ellen Page casting more than anything is gonna really hurt this film's sales.
I agree.
Because like I mean internationally, I think it's gonna kill it. Because like you think like people in China are going to like go out and see the Odyssey with
Yeah.
Ellen Page as Achilles.
Yeah. And Rick Jackson has been declared the winner by the AP. So it is
Yeah.
officially official. So yeah, I think Odyssey's gonna fail. Could it succeed? I guess because it's Nolan. But man, I have a feeling that it's gonna fail, and Nolan's reputation may go on the shitter. Because
Yeah, this is not a good year for like established directors and like big studios. The only exceptions I think are like Project Hail Mary because that was Lord and Miller, and then Toy Story 5 looks like it's going to make a good amount of money.
yeah,
But
I
everything
agree.
else looks to be like it's going to be a disaster. Oh,
Uh,
and Spider-Man 4 I think will probably make a lot of money too.
Olivia
There
Williams.
should.
Sorry,
I was gonna say there shouldn't be a Toy Story 4, but
it's Toy Story 5.
Toy Story 5.
or sorry, Toy Story 5. I mean, there shouldn't have been a Toy Story 4 either, but
Well, yeah.
But still,
It should have been a Toy Story 3.
yeah, it was perfect trilogy. So Olivia Williams for 2. Rap, will debate God of Politics round 3. That's an old reference. No. Let's see. Zendaya will return in Avengers Doomsday. Yeah, I mean, that movie is gonna just be a mess.
Doomsday is gonna be fucking dog shit.
I mean, what are they doing? One more super chat that I think I'm done with this. Olivia Williams for 2. Do you remember Joshua President's big super chat? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. All right, I'm gonna read one more thing, then I think we're done because all the results are in, and or we know what's gonna happen. The Odyssey's composer says Nolan didn't want an orchestra soundtrack because the instruments didn't exist back then. Yet he cast Travis Scott the rap.
Yeah, rap didn't exist back then, dumbass.
Yeah.
It's like, who gives a shit? Okay, so it's not authentic. Okay. So it's a movie. Sometimes, like Christopher Nolan, that's his issue. He does dumb shit like that. I don't know why, but
it's because he's a liberal.
Yeah. Kyle Hughes for 2. Dune 3. I Am Battlefield for 2. Fuentes said we lost the Iran war. Again, we're not going to talk about that Iran stuff until we get official details. I'm not going to get into that debate because, again, we don't know shit. We're going to know on Friday. So, okay, I think that's kind of it for tonight. A shorter election night stream, a little longer than I expected because these states can't count the votes, but it was a good night for Trump's endorsements, except Georgia's governorship. It just fucking Brian Kemp. Why did you wait till the last second to do that? Right, it was a big defeat for Brian Kemp. So, okay, I think that's kind of it for tonight. If you guys did enjoy tonight's stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. We'll be back tomorrow night or tomorrow morning. I don't know yet. All right. Godspeed to all of you.